the Opie and Anthony Show.
Opie and Anthony.
Radio Shock Jock.
Opie and Anthony.
And we're off. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show.
Hi.
I'm a little behind as far as preparing for today's radio show, I must admit.
4K.
Because I just spent the last 45 minutes looking at topless pictures of Megan Fox.
Wow, is she a hot number?
Oh, my God.
Hubba.
Push it. Megan Fox, she's in movies and stuff. She is ridiculous. Which site gets the credit today? WhatWouldTylerDurdenDo.com? WWTDD.com? My God, man. I go to that site every morning, get a little, Hollywood gossip. You never know what's going to pop up on there. And today it's topless pictures of Megan Fox.
Nice.
Wowee.
I love when a computer identifies the hardware and it still doesn't work.
What happened?
Apparently, overnight.
Yeah.
Overnight.
Yeah.
The keyboard decided it just didn't want to be a part of the computer anymore. So I think it just kind of kicked back in. But not this keyboard. Now use this one.
You want me to smash that keyboard for you?
Yeah, if you feel so inclined, I'd have no problem with the smashing of that keyboard.
Is it an old keyboard?
I'll use this one that looks like a retard was eating cookies over it. and picking his earwax out and putting it by the P key.
What's wrong with that keyboard, Tim?
I don't know. This one works now, by the way. That one can be removed. Don't you have homes? That's how it works.
So glad everything's working as we start our radio show.
Why would it work?
I was discussing, topless broads. Next thing you know, we have to, pause the entire show because the equipment, once again, isn't working.
That's how it goes in this place.
And I was also stuck in the bathroom because we've decided not to fix the bathroom, I guess.
What, the door, I
That's
guess?
an easy fix. That's nothing.
That's something Schneider could have done.
There's a doorknob.
1 day at a time.
There's a doorknob that needs to be replaced. That's it. And we've been begging for 6 to 8 months. Please fix the bathroom door for us.
We need a Schneider.
You take that one out, you put a new one in. How long would that take, really, Ant? 10 minutes?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
It's on order.
Yeah.
That's what I hear all the time.
So I'm just in there going, hello, hello, hello.
Trapped in the bathroom. How bittersweet.
Well, I had my Megan Fox picture, so.
Yeah.
And then I was telling Anthony, I'm reading this book, and silent film stars.
Yeah.
Not about silent film stars, but a couple have popped up in this book. It's a very morbid book about very creative people and how they end up dying. I think I've mentioned this book a couple times. It's kind of my bathroom reading book.
Yeah.
When I'm in there, I read a couple pages. This thing is taking forever to read.
Or the American Rifleman, but
Yeah, it goes from A to Z. All these people. I just did the Kinnison little synopsis. I mean, every star has maybe a page.
yeah.
Why they were great and how they died.
Have your picture in there? You with Kinnison?
Oh,
Showing him with a young boy?
yeah.
Make-A-Wish Foundation picture.
And last night, I'm reading about this silent film star that died by the time she was 27, but I guess she was all the rage.
It's old age back then, I think.
And she was known for her sexuality, seducing men.
Hubba.
She had some problem where in front of the judge's like, go home, you're too pretty, you're too gorgeous, you're too sexy.
Really?
Just go home, right?
You're too white.
So I'm looking at this picture going, all right, they're saying this girl is like a sex pot.
Uh-huh.
And then I came to the conclusion, how can you tell when a silent film star is a sex pot?
Yeah, and then
Like you look at pictures of
some pics.
You look at pictures of Megan Fox, you're like, hello, right?
Yeah, you know.
You look at pictures of any silent film star, how do you know if they were hot? They all had that weird look to them.
They all look like Miss Crabtree from The Little Rascals.
Exactly.
They all had the Miss Crabtree look.
Yeah.
And I think Miss Crabtree was hot.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken.
How can you tell? That's what I'm getting
I know,
at.
because they all had that wacky hairdo.
They had
with tight little curls against their head.
They also had dresses that covered up their curves,
Everything.
their boobs, their everything.
Uh-huh.
and they all had really dark hair that they kind of plastered to their head.
Or the platinum blonde hair that they plastered to the head. The hairstyle was exactly the same. But
It looked like kind of a hair helmet with a couple curls.
were they hot?
I don't know. That's what I'm getting at.
I
How do you
don't-
tell if these broads back then were hot?
I don't know.
They were actually judged on bone structure, the cheek, how high the cheekbones were, the facial structure.
Really?
No.
Oh, like how well they could take a punch, and how well they could, how well they enjoyed a Coke bottle.
was just
as
gonna
per
say that,
Fatty
Fatty
Arbuckle. I love old Fatty Arbuckle.
How much she could drink without burping.
Let's say hi to Jesse in New Jersey. Jesse, how are you?
Good morning, boys.
Hi.
Good morning.
How many volumes in that book you got there? Because everybody knows with your poopy schedule, you should have been through it in about a day.
See, here's the problem, my friend. I do at least 3 when I get here. So I'm reading a lot of newspapers in there. When I go home, it's a little maintenance. That's about it.
Come on, bring Opie some TP.
Maintenance.
Just a little maintenance, Maybe a leaky,
Oh,
maybe a leftover, you know what, that needs to.
yuck. I hate hearing about those things.
I know you do. It's all right.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? So that's what I was thinking about silent film stars and what makes them hot.
Yeah.
Because they weren't allowed to show off their bodies.
No, you can't really tell.
So I think it was all in the eyes.
Yes, very expressive eyes, like Mary Pickford, America's sweetheart.
Yeah.
She had those expressive eyes.
I was
They just
also-
had to look around, all confused.
I was also reading about a guy. I gotta bring the names in because they're who gives a crap people. But back when they were living and doing their craft, they were bigger than anything, right? There was this one guy. He was a silent film star, and I guess he was the box office draw. Like he was the biggest. And it's not. Everyone's going to try to come up with a name. It's not some of the names you might know from the silent film era. And then the talkies came to be, right?
Oh, boy.
So they're like, all right, well, he's the biggest star.
Oh, no.
Now all we need, now people lucky, get to hear him.
But he sound like David?
They were hinting that he had a very
A little
type,
feminine?
a bit of Broadway in him.
Yeah.
And that's not how he was portrayed on the silent film
All
screen.
man.
On the silent film screen, yeah, he was all man, using his eyes and his movements and
She's hot.
who's that? Mary Pickford? Look.
Yeah, that's Mary Pickford.
That was just a guess. That's the only one I know.
Like,
by
her
name.
hair is very long and down over
she-
there, but very unconditioned.
When-
I don't think they
Yeah.
had conditioner back then. It's very frizzy hair.
Yeah.
But she's kind of pretty.
average.
She's average, Aunt.
But you don't-
I think
you
it's
can't
because
tell.
I think because she's a silent film star that has her hair down. That's probably like full, frontal nudity.
let me
back then.
let me tell you something. Speaking of hair, in those early days, not a clue
hey.
as to what to do.
Hey,
So you just know the silent film stars. Oh my God! That's why Charlie Chaplin kept the edges of his mustache cut off, so it wouldn't get all entangled.
that's why you don't hear much about crabs these days.
Why?
Nowhere to live.
Nowhere for him to hide.
Nowhere to live.
They'll be standing there like people in a parking lot.
Right,
You can run, but you can't hide.
right. So anyway, this guy, the talkies come about, and they're like, just throw him back on the screen. Now we get to hear him, talk.
Yeah.
His voice was so horrendous, and they were hinting that it was a bit Broadway-ish.
Oh.
It destroyed his career just like that. He went from the biggest thing to like a complete nobody, and then of course he died of either morphine or alcohol poisoning.
Morphine.
Right.
It wasn't Rudy Valentino, was it?
No. It was someone I never heard of, to be honest with you. Yeah, and I made this point. They're trying to make this like connection that genius, tragic death. And I'm like, no, we all will die of something tragic.
Tragic.
That's just how it's going to be.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Maybe way less than 1% of us get the nice out. We get the nice out. But the rest of us, ain't happening. Let's say hi to Psycho Bob in Baltimore. Psycho Bob.
Hey, Oak, that silent film star you were talking about?
Yeah.
His name was Rudolph Carlisi. Punching out.
Oh, not even 10 after. There's a Steve is gay joke.
Nice.
Rudolph Carlisi.
The book, a lot of people are asking, it's something like Heroin and Genius or something like that. It's all right. I mean, it's whatever. It gets monotonous. We get it.
Yeah.
We get it. These writers like to drink. There's so many writers in this book, and they all drop dead of alcoholism.
They didn't know any better back then.
All right, anyway, the Obama thing, huh? The rah-rah speech.
The big rah-rah speech. This wasn't a State of the Union address or anything. This was just him trying to, rally the troops.
Yeah.
Because you had said, even yesterday and a few days prior, you had said, Obama hasn't come forward and really given everybody that assurance that everything's going to be okay.
He's been telling us how bad things are, and I think America needed to hear, well, but we're going to get through this. And he didn't say that until last night. That was his opening statement.
The beginning of it was like a Happy Days episode where everybody came on the screen. It was like, hey, Cunningham, where?
Yeah.
Hey, Cunningham, where's Potsy? He has to start over again. The applause breaks were ridiculous. And now, yes, I'm biased. I do not like this president. But I have seen other presidents giving speeches.
It's the same thing.
State of the Union addresses are different. No, regular speeches like this, the applause breaks that he was getting far outweighed any other I have ever seen. I would like to know, because there's probably stats on it. They were record-setting length in applause.
Who do you blame for that?
I blame the people that are just loving this guy again.
Partly.
Messiah.
Partly.
That anything out of his mouth has to get. He introduced his wife, and that got an applause break that Jackie Onassis wouldn't have
I
gotten.
guarantee there's footage of Clinton introducing Hillary, and the same exact thing happened. This is one of those rah-rah nights.
Dude, they were clapping for him like he was the Messiah.
But they were taking the cue from Nancy Pelosi. Tell her to sit her effing ass down and stop, getting everyone to applaud.
She's supposed to grab her gavel and keep order. She's useless, that one.
The best part was when
Useless.
The best part when everyone was clapping and standing, they showed the crowd, and you realized only half the room was standing.
The Republicans.
Even though Obama's really trying hard to get everyone to work together.
Is he, though?
And God bless him for trying, but it ain't happening. It ain't going to happen. Because these guys are power-hungry maniacs that have elections to win in 2010.
Yeah.
They're not going to put their own interests aside to work together with the Democrats.
That's what Obama's
A couple guys
doing.
will. A few guys will.
That's what Obama's doing.
What?
He's doing the same thing. He wants the Democrats to win the 2010 elections. So he's keeping everyone scared, frightened about the economy. Yes, there is fear to be had in the market, but you won't see him back off on it. We've even had leading economists give timelines on when the recession should be over, when we should be set for recovery, blah, blah, blah. But I think Obama wants to keep people like, hey, you need me in here. You need the Democrats to back me up.
You want a fun fact?
All right.
We got a fun fact coming in from Chris in Michigan. Chris?
Yes, the 52-minute speech last night had 61 applause breaks.
61 applause
All right,
breaks.
listen, that's impossible.
No, it really isn't.
That's one.
Less than 1 minute.
Yeah,
One
less,
minute.
thank
Exactly.
you. One
on average.
Wow.
Because sometimes there were 3 a minute, I think.
Wow. Is that true, Chris? Where'd you read that? All right. We'll have
did
to take
watch
his
it.
word for it.
Secretive.
There was no sound. I was at the Comedy Cellar, and the bar was...
Oh, you didn't miss anything.
No, no. Keith Robinson and Artie Fuqua were getting very riled up.
Oh, great.
Really?
We didn't care for it at all.
Yeah, I watched it, and
Well, he made a brave Kennedy-type statement last night. Anyone catch that?
I wish it was, well, I won't
Oh,
say it.
boy. What is
I'm not saying anything. It's that we could go to the moon.
Which Kennedy?
And do those other things. Yeah, was it glub?
You want people?
Forget this bitch in the car.
Do you want people to go to the moon and stay there? Is that what you're getting at?
I say that by the end of the decade, we should put a man on the moon and do those other things.
He
So that was
He said last night.
sex with stars.
He said last night that he wants to cure cancer by the end of our lifetimes, my friend.
Yeah, I heard
How is
that.
that going to happen?
By the end of our lifetimes, which will all be from cancer. Oh, he's a miracle man. He walks on water. He can cure the sick, Opie.
Is he talking about stem cells? How are we going to cure cancer in our lifetime? We can knock it down a couple notches, I'm thinking. Cancer always finds a way, though.
That was a bold statement.
It was, right?
Yeah, it was.
Bless you, Danny.
Stem cells, probably.
Stem cells.
Yeah, I'm sure
that was his big mission statement last night. We're gonna cure cancer
by the end of the decade.
No, the end of our lifetime.
Oh, wow, Jesus, who's gonna friggin' back him up on that one if it doesn't happen? Gonna call him out?
Yeah, it'll be dead.
Yeah, he'll be dead. It's the end of our lifetime.
Plus, whoever's complaining is technically not at the end of their life anyway. So how do they know he's wrong?
That's a dumb statement. It's a win-win for him.
By the time you die, say, well, I'm technically here.
Thanks. Vote for me.
All right. After the break, we knocked down his 52-minute speech to 2 minutes for you. That's what we do on this show. We got 3 quick highlights.
Get out all the jibba jabba.
We got a really hot story, a 16-year-old girl accused of running a prostitution ring. My God.
Could you just say that again?
Hot teen news. Do we have our hot teen news bed?
Wow.
Can we bring that up?
That's hot.
And then we got 7 shot at Mardi Gras. Is Mardi Gras over?
Dude, that is just, I can't even say what that is. We saw it firsthand. I know what's going on down there. You're not fooling me.
I got to be honest. I saw some horrific things with Anthony from one of those balconies.
It's brutality. I've seen film. Look at these bed bugs. Enough with the bed bugs. I'm itchy.
Ew.
They keep showing them on the news.
A lot of them.
Brush it off.
Just brush them off?
Hate the bed bugs.
Ask them to go away.
Yes.
It's all about the bed bugs.
Yes. Hate the bed bugs.
You don't have bed bugs.
No. Thank God. I just can't stand looking at them anymore on the news.
What would you do if you found one bed bug in your house?
I'd sell my house.
You would, right?
Actually, I'd burn it down to the ground.
So
burn it down into its own foundation.
And then start over?
Well, I'd move. Because there's bed bugs there. There's no bed bugs in my house. My house is pristine.
Yeah.
It's very clean.
All right, quick break. Obama stuff.
Mardi
Gras stuff. Prostitution stuff.
And
more Megan Fox pictures for me.
The Turkish Sully, by the way. Have you heard about the Turkish Sully?
Oh, give me that after the break.
Of course.
Give me that after the break.
Yes.
Good to know we're back.
Better than Sully, by the way.
Good to know we're worshiping Sully, by the way. He was at the thing last night.
Of course.
And even the news people are like, well, this is it finally. This is the last hurrah for Sully. Yeah. What else can we do with him? He's been to the Super Bowl. He's been to the Oscars. He's been to Congress.
Get back to you.
He met Obama.
Get back in your plane, Sully.
He doesn't make people feel good about flying, though. He had some things to say about the airline industry.
Yes, he did.
We'll get into that as well. Lots to do today. Opie and Anthony, stay there. Opie and Anthony. Obama.
What?
Getting the speech out of the way here.
The speech last night, yeah.
We'll get right into the highlights.
I watched that.
You don't need to hear another list of statistics to know that our economy is in crisis because you live it every day.
Was this bed underneath as he was saying
that?
that?
Wake up with and the source of sleepless nights. It's the job you thought you'd retire from, but now have lost.
Oh, boy.
The impact of this recession is real.
Oh, boy.
And it is everywhere.
Oh, no.
But while our economy may be weakened and our confidence shaken, though we are living through difficult and uncertain times,
yes,
tonight I want every American to know this. We will rebuild. We will recover, and the United States of America will emerge stronger than before.
Obama president now.
He's gonna solve it. All our problems will
rebuild.
Be solved.
Wasn't that what the president said in
what?
Was that
which movie?
Impact.
Deep Impact.
Deep Impact. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We will rebuild.
Every president tells us it's going to be okay, and then we're going to solve everything. And,
but it's red,
and that's it.
Everyone recognizes that years of bad decision-making and a global recession have pushed our automakers to the brink.
I like how he pawned it off on
we
the
should not and will not protect them from their own bad practices. But we are committed to the goal of a retooled, reimagined auto industry that can compete and win. Millions of jobs depend on it. Scores of communities depend on it. And I believe the nation that invented the automobile cannot walk away from it.
France? Who invented the automobile? I think it was some Frenchie. I think some frog did it with the internal combustion engine.
But then we took it and made it what it is today.
Henry Ford pretty much perfected the assembly line, which made automobiles available to the masses.
Right.
But as far as inventing the automobile, sorry, that isn't an American thing.
So what are they going to do? Run around
Mr.
with holding
Obama?
an engine, one car at a time?
I know. It looks silly.
Yeah.
Wheels on an engine.
French are bums. You know it, and I know it.
I was reading about the bicycle last night, and a European came up with the first bicycle, but they were stupid and came up with the big wheel concept. One big wheel and one smaller wheel, and it was really hard to freaking ride. And then guess what?
Hard to ride it holding a baguette.
We took that and made it into what it is today, my friend.
Yeah, we steal people's ideas and make them better.
That's right.
That's what Americans do.
I'm not a fan of the rah-rah speech. All you have to do is say, hey, everything's going to be okay. We're going to do this. We're going to solve cancer. We're going to make the auto industry healthier, health care for everybody. Kids go to school, blah, blah, blah. There.
Blah, blah.
But how are we going to get all this done?
How do the futures look? Did his speech have an impact on how the market's going to open today?
I think the market's going to do
up
very well because someone is saying that the recession might be over, my friend.
I bought a little Citibank at the start of the day yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah, I was. I'm fiddling around with a lot of stocks, Opie. I'm buying, I'm trading, I'm day trading. And what do the futures look like?
Well, the overall market spiked yesterday, 4% for the NASDAQ and 3.3% for the Dow. But today the futures are down. They popped on Bernanke's comments yesterday. But
Bernanke's saying the recession's over or just about over?
He says it'll end by the end of this year, but then it'll take us most of 2010 to get back into full-on mode.
So halfway through Obama's presidency, probably, I mean, things will really...
But that was his comment, and that Obama has a speech and the futures are down. Thanks. That's good.
We'll see what happens later on this morning, right? And then finally this.
I know there are some in this chamber and watching at home who are skeptical of whether this plan will work. And I understand that skepticism. Here in Washington, we've all seen how quickly good intentions can turn into broken promises and wasteful spending. And with a plan of this scale comes enormous responsibility to get it right. And that's why I've asked Vice President Biden to lead a tough, unprecedented oversight effort. Because nobody messes with Joe.
Really? Except the guy that stitched in his Barbie hair. No one messes with Joe, huh?
What's the over-under on Joe Biden?
What do you mean?
I say he's not the vice president within 2 years.
Why?
Because he's a loose cannon. He's going to say or do something stupid.
You think Obama's going to heave his ass out?
I think Obama's going to have no choice. It's not even going to be one of those like gray areas. I think
no one messes with Joe.
I think Biden has the potential to punch someone in the face.
Would be funny to see, wouldn't it? Somebody gives him some flack and he just pops him. Someone in the press.
Mark my word, over under 2 years. I say within 2 years he's out.
I love watching these speeches when it's all you know who the Democrats are because they're standing and the Republicans are sitting. And when Bush was for 8 years, the Democrats sat there and sucked their thumbs while Republicans rooted and Rod. Bunch of phonies.
And the Democrats, they really rub it in. They stand up, they applaud, and they look into the other side like, "Come on, join us.
Get up!
Oh, what's wrong with you?"
Oh, I'd just be sticking whoopee cushions under them when they sit back down. It would sound like a fart. They'd look silly.
So there you go, the rah-rah speech.
No fun there.
That would be great.
They have no fun over there.
Yeah. Drop a stink bomb.
Yeah.
Things you drop in high school.
P.U.
No, that's just Joe Biden.
Yeah, no one messes with Joe.
I bet you he's got some gas up there. You think someone let one loose with all those old white men?
Oh, you just know that chamber sometimes is like, oh, dude.
But you think, like last night, they just don't want to acknowledge that someone let a real stinker go?
Pelosi. She let one loose, and Biden's... the first row of his plugs fell out.
What happens if there's a problem with the vice president and he has to go? How do you get another one?
I don't know how that works.
Well, you look at
we're gonna find out.
Nixon Agnew. If you look at that, Agnew retired due to tax controversy.
Wink, wink.
And Gerald Ford was then appointed by, Nixon. I believe, Nixon. Yeah,
he was just appointed. He wasn't elevated from
never elected.
So Obama could just pick his own vice president.
If you know Biden retired or left, resigned. But yeah, Gerald Ford was the only president that was
never elected. Right. He wasn't
not elected to vice presidency or anything.
Yeah.
He just kind of
skated right through. That's scary.
Tripped over his tenure.
That's pretty scary.
But is the appointment like a Supreme Court thing where everybody has to kind of sit down and okay?
No!
You're screaming at me.
I'm sorry.
I'm just a boy.
Just a boy.
There's got to be some credential. There's got to be something. Criteria, I mean.
Yeah, what was Ford
doing
before that?
There has to be something.
That?
He's got to be
a senator.
Well, he's got to make the qualifications so that should anything happen to the president, he can be president. And I do believe there is some vetting done.
Age and
Ford was from Michigan, had been in office from Michigan, representing the state of Michigan before this.
And then Nixon just, I want Gerald Ford.
A lot of people agree.
He's not a Jew.
A lot of people agreeing on this feedback. Joe will so have a meltdown. What's this Turkish Sully all about, Ed? You were telling us.
Well, apparently.
Or hinted about it.
There's a plane bound for old Amsterdam, I believe. Wasn't it Amsterdam? Yeah. And crash landed. Broke into 3 pieces, this plane. 3 pieces. No one's dead.
What?
No one died.
He landed on water?
No. This is a land crash landing.
Did he make the runway?
No.
Get out of here.
Beats the crap out of Sully, doesn't it?
Wait a minute. Where did he put this plane down?
In 3 places, apparently.
The Amsterdam airport, apparently.
Oh, he didn't make the airport, just not the runway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that picture. We'll put that up on O&A Radio.
Actually, it was on some island. That is a very strange island. The plane broke apart. We get to watch their hijinks and shenanigans every week on a show called Lost, which is on this evening.
Oh, good. It got too weird for me. I watched half the first episode.
That's the whole thing. It got too weird for you. When was that? The first episode?
I don't know why. I have to rewatch. I have to watch the opening episode.
Oh, my God. You're never going to get through this series.
I do. I don't know why.
At that pace.
No, I mean this for the season.
The season.
Oh, the season.
For the season.
I thought you went back to the
There's
first
some time
No, I'm
travel going on.
I know.
I like that.
Where's our camp? It hasn't been built yet. The word lost tumble at you. All right, we got it.
The word lost tumble.
Oh, miss, what happened, guys? Shut up. We spun the island in a circle. Where's Ben, and how did his hair lip get fixed on the island?
But that's cool.
Oh,
like
right already.
The island kind of moving through time.
The doctor got shot. He had an appendectomy. Everybody, now all of a sudden they're at Lincoln's house. Don't sign that. It's like, what's going on?
Lincoln's
so dopey. We're lost. No one knows where we are. Turn the island and put it there. You can just do what you want with the island. That's how they got out of getting a boring.
I like your synopsis.
That's very good.
Season 6, Lost on the Moon. Oh no, there are moon rocks. What should we do? It's a baby.
How do we breathe?
Yes. And how does Walt have a 42-year-old son after season 2? I don't know. Let's write him out of the script. The others. Shut up. What others? Now all of a sudden the other's a hot doctor. She's the one we were afraid of, the hot chick that Ben is banging?
Right.
Not Ben, the doctor.
Yeah.
And then they're back in L.A., and Fatso has a meltdown and crashes a car.
Well, they go forward like 3 years.
Exactly.
And then they go back. They do the flashbacks and the flash forwards. That's when you hear the... Yeah. That's flash forward, I believe.
Oh, I actually didn't know that.
Right?
I won't remember.
That must sound great in
flash
your home
forward?
theater.
And what's a flashback? Do we have a flashback sound?
It's the same sound.
No, we don't.
It's backwards. That's
it
all.
is kind of like backwards, so you know which way you're going.
Yeah.
I actually did not pick that up.
Desmond Penny.
Oh, God.
What happened to me, Penny? I think something might happen to Penny. We have to see this week. I think Ben had some shenanigans.
Yeah, with the boat and the Richard Widmore guy.
Penny!
The big boat, and everybody's a fake crash because it's so.
They had to lie to save the people on the island.
I know they did, and everybody's the rich guys out to get them. I want those plane crash. Shut up! Doesn't happen like that.
That's the show. Of course, it doesn't happen like that. It's a fake show.
It turns the island like it's the SS Minnow. A big steering wheel with the island attached to it. What the hell's he doing?
Steering wheel.
And big lights come out of it like it's magic.
it had some power source that the island had in it, and then somehow this wheel is there, and when you turn it, you go through time. Not really space. You just kind of. You're not really moving, I don't think. You're just kind of moving through time.
Yeah, and Sawyer, I've had enough of him. I still don't shave, Bright Eyes. We got it. You're the guy who no one likes. Got it.
The rebel with a nickname for everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Freckles.
Yeah, hey, Freckles. hey there, No Good Legs. Why do they have some good nicknames? Fat Pig and No Good Legs. And Kevorkian. That's what you should call this out.
So you don't like Lost, Jimmy?
I actually loved it.
Yeah.
I still like
They
Saeed.
lost you, though?
Yeah, this beginning of this, I have to rewatch the first episode.
I can't be bothered with Lost.
It's a great show. I mean, it's like, it was brilliant. The backstories were brilliant. Mm-hmm. I just think that they got a little...
crazy because they didn't know what they were doing.
Dude, when you have something that big and you don't expect it to go probably where it went, and all of a sudden it's like, all right, we get the biggest hit on television. Now what?
Apparently, they say they have the whole damn storyline
figured out,
planned out from beginning to end. They know what's going to happen.
They have to say that. What are they going to say?
That they have no idea what's going on.
They're probably in a room right now panicking, going, what are we going to write next?
Well, because things that happened in episode 1 have to tie up and tie into things that are like in episodes now.
Right.
So it's very difficult to do that unless you kind of have a plan of what's going on.
Like the giant 3-fingered statue that only made it into that 1 or 2 episodes, and then ABC got creeped out by it. Remember that when they're on the water and there's a giant...
it had like 4 toes.
4 toes.
4 toes. Well, if you notice, Sawyer, as he was walking through the woods, did nail his foot with a very sharp implement and was like, and then pulled it out of his toe. Could it be that Sawyer is the statue? After something happens with this, perhaps it gets infected, he loses a toe, and it's actually a statue of Sawyer. Because he does something as he's traveling through time that makes him, the man.
No, that's not what happens at all. He just probably has a Band-Aid, and then Hurley does something mysterious, and then Saeed kills 8 people. That's what happens.
I love Jimmy's synopsis.
I was an assassin for 2 years in the Iraqi army, and all of a sudden I get the whole world by the balls. Shut up. You don't.
Stop.
I can't believe you've turned just because of time travel. Like,
exactly.
This mysterious smoke monster just didn't take you out of the show, but a little bit of time travel.
The smoke monster, you're right, I forgot. Exactly, where's the smoke monster?
He's there.
What are the others?
The episodes.
I've only missed this season. I will watch it.
There's 7 of them, and just get through them.
Are there 7?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, look, I love the show. The first
and they know
season,
where they're going.
Brilliant. Yeah, well,
they know the ending.
now they do maybe, but they didn't
That's
for
what
a
they're
while.
telling you guys.
Matthew Fox, Jack, is the only cast member that knows how it ends.
Why does he know?
The creators told him.
Why would they just tell
How it
him?
ends.
Why would they just tell him?
That's what he said in an interview.
I bet they lied.
Yeah, they probably told everyone that.
Dude, if I was on that show, that's what I would say too. Look, I was at a party. They got drunk. They told me, and then you'd be the guy.
But they knew where they were going from the first episode.
Yeah, I know what happens too. Matthew Fox runs in with a machine gun and just mows everybody down, and then no answers are ever told.
It's like the end.
Yeah, then Ben's just driving the island all over Midtown New York. Turn on a giant wheel. Oh, no, the island's going away.
What?
Where's Penny in the boat?
You can move the island?
Sure can.
Yes, nonsense.
Stupid.
Through time.
And Sawyer was like, what, did you see that? And then the 80-year-old interracial couple pops out.
Bernard and Rose.
Yeah, Bernard's yelling,
I
one
hate
black
Bernard,
character. One black character. Where are you?
I hate Bernard and Rose, not for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I just don't think they add anything to the
They're
story.
ugly. That's
They're
why
useless.
I hate them.
Yes, they shouldn't be on the show.
How about
Full
Seal?
of pretty people.
Seal and Heidi Klum, I wouldn't mind banging on the island. I don't need to see Bernard and used to have cancer Rose. Went through Australia. She's fine now.
Well, the island does have certain healing properties, as we saw with Locke, who was crippled.
Yeah.
And it can walk fine now, although every episode he's getting another leg injury.
Yeah, he really is falling apart.
He's stabbed, shot in the legs.
And Vincent the dog is still there. He was in an episode.
Yes.
I was wondering.
I was wondering.
How about Walt's 38-year-old son? Which is, by the way, why they had to write. I'm guessing that's why they had to write. Who was the black dude in the first? It was Walt, right?
Yeah.
No, Michael is the father.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Yeah.
Michael, Walt's the kid. They had to write him out of the first season because the kid probably grows with kids, they get too big, so all of a sudden you can't make it look like 3 months when the kid's all of a sudden has a growth spurt. I bet you that kid's parents are fuming. They'd probably make him sleep with like a metal T-square on his head and feet so he didn't grow.
A big clamp on him.
Stop growing, meal ticket.
Exactly.
Damn. That's fantastic.
Wow, I have no desire to see this show.
Now I can't wait to see tonight's episode based on Jimmy's. Like, I just want to see everything Jimmy said come true.
I hate the new people.
I want to see Ben steering the island down Midtown Manhattan.
Exactly. He's got one arm propped up on a tree stump, the other one steering the island.
Right through Times Square.
There he goes.
Yeah.
Lost.
Yeah,
Here come the tumbling letters.
He's got to beep a coconut when everyone's slow. It's a hatch with numbers. What's in the hatch?
I know it was in the hatch. A machine that kept
numbers.
Things, the island from having some kind of magnetic deviation.
Yes, it's just then stupid Viking from Bad Boys is there hitting everybody with a thing full of soda.
He was. Did he put a big boombox up to his ear and dance like an idiot until it blew up? Because some Jewish kid.
Ugly Horowitz.
Oh, a stupid Horowitz. We have Horowitz working for us.
Oh, my God.
David. I'm going to call him Horowitz.
All right, Lost is on tonight. Great.
That was, yes, you could catch
Wonderful.
Ben driving the island in Midtown.
Yeah, exactly. Ben actually got a speeding ticket. They pulled him over.
Yeah.
Yes.
Trying to get through one of the tunnels. Very awkward.
Yeah, it's so hard because it's time travel and how much do I owe if it's 1961 and I'm driving an island.
You didn't have Easy Pass, so you got
Yeah. Puts it up on a palm tree.
How many axles does an island have?
Oh,
don't you have to pay for each axle?
Toll's got to be outrageous.
It's got to be
island.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a great point.
Then they got to rebuild the toll booth because you just knocked them all down trying to get through.
The Dharma Initiative. All right, we get the doctor. What?
What, you get it? What? What is it? Tell me, please.
Too much. The first season was great. I mean, it was brilliant. The backstories, and even in season 2, I guess they were good, but
the thing is, they've taken the initial characters and really done very good job of giving them backstories
and front stories,
making you appreciate the characters and care for them, whatever they do in a story like that. But then you got to bring in some new blood.
Who I don't care about at all. That dumbbell and the broad with the red hair. Enough white people on the island. God, I mean, honest to God, I'm tired of whitey on the island.
It's called paradise.
Yeah, it's true. Utopia.
They killed all the black people.
They really did.
Yes, they really did.
They killed Mr. Echo.
Yes,
who I liked.
Mr. Echo.
He was great. And Michael.
Yeah, exactly. Michael they had to get rid of because, again, I hated Walt after a while. Walt! Where are you, Walt?
Enough. Who cares about his kid?
Why'd they kidnap Walt?
Yeah.
Why'd the others just take a boy?
Because
he's special.
And they needed Michael to, chase him down.
They are looking for a replacement for Walt. They have been searching for a Walt lookalike for 3 years. They can't find it. And that stupid actor is like the adult is dying.
He was on last season.
Yeah, exactly.
They needed like a Gary Coleman type kid that never grows up.
Yeah,
they just go season after season.
Yeah, they're standing outside of liver problem clinics.
Look, in low income hospitals, kidney dialysis machines. They're sticking kids with knitting needles in their kidneys.
Yeah, kids are getting dialysis. They're handing them strips.
Here you go, kid.
Well, Lost. I can't wait to watch it tonight.
Yeah, that's just wonderful.
Jimmy's favorite shows.
Oh, Danny, we had the good out after this little segment. You messed it up. My God, you had one job just to push that button. You blew it. You blew it.
From Lost, of course.
And now now we're still talking, and you started the sweeper.
Danny, turn the wheel. Go back in time.
Yeah, please.
A minute, and don't screw it up.
All right, I want to know more about this Turkish Sully when we get back.
Yeah, so
and then we'll get into the 16-year-old girl accused of running a prostitution.
Wow.
Sexy.
Previously on Lost.
Ben from Lost, of course, and great to have you here. Huge fan of the show, like Oak said, as is everybody.
Thanks.
It is one of the most talked about shows. There aren't many shows like that. You got to be really proud to be on such a successful show. Did you see the potential for this? Did you know you were going to be on the show? Any part of that Ben character in you? It's very difficult. Interesting character.
Moving right along with the Opie and Anthony show. By the way, a little later this morning, we got 50 Cent. 50 Cent. Yep. Coming in live, right?
Yeah, he's coming in at 9:30, and 2.5 hours from now, depending on where you are. 7 now.
Right in.
Wowee.
Voss is here in a half hour. Bobby Kelly's here in an hour.
Yes.
Wow.
And 50 is in it.
Wait. Voss is going to be here when 50 is here?
Yes, he will.
Oh,
right.
Is that fantastic? Okay, thank
Why?
God. Because I want to see that idiot try to talk mano a mano with Fitty. It's just, he's going to be a blithering boob.
Did your 55-year-old interview 50 Cent? Is that why?
Yes.
Stupid Voss.
So, the Turkish Sully.
Yeah. Apparently a plane landing in Amsterdam. Some Turkish airline.
Made the airport, just didn't really make the runway.
Oopsie.
Landed it and broke apart into, three pieces, and everyone survived.
Yeah.
What was wrong with the plane?
It crashed. I don't know.
Was it geese?
Maybe more birds? It's a big plot.
Was it pot?
I don't know what happened. I obviously they came up a little short.
Yeah.
Somehow. So we'll have to get the details on that one, but I don't know what Turkish Sully looks like. Slumdog pilot.
Details are still popping out. There were like 135 people on the plane, and so far they have said no one has died, but they had trouble getting everyone because the field that it landed and broke apart in had just been plowed. So it was all real bad, muddy turf, but that may have helped the plane, too.
Oh, yeah, it might have given it a little cushioning.
Wow, that's pretty good. All right, see you later, Sully. We got a new hero.
Yep.
We'll learn more later on today. We got
Tarbosh.
Huh?
I learned plane. Why it crashed?
All right, we got a horny dentist.
What?
We got
Again?
A topless joint. And we got 16-year-olds doing some prostitution stuff.
Well.
Which one you want first?
Oh, gee, that's a tough decision.
Well.
What?
You want to finish strong, so it might be a tough decision.
I
mean, the obvious choice would go with the 16-year-old prostitution thing, but maybe we work up to that.
You were the kid that ate all your peas before the peach cobbler.
Absolutely.
That lovely
you saved the goodness for last.
Sitting there.
Yeah.
And instead of digging in, you ruin everything by filling up on vegetables. and then you don't enjoy the goodness that is a peach cobbler.
Funny you should use peach. Cobbler.
Yeah. It's great.
All right, let's eat our dessert.
It's delicious.
Then. Let's go with...
Eat our dessert. The
right,
16-year-old whore ring.
All right, we're going to eat our dessert first.
Opie and Anthony's Hot Teen News.
Police say instead of going to school to attend classes, the accused teen madams were attending school to grow their prostitution operation.
Allie Rasmus is here to tell us how they did it. Allie.
Well, Phoenix police say these two girls did all of their recruiting at local area high schools. Now, police wouldn't say which high schools, but according to investigators, these girls were able to convince several classmates to join their operation. Jasmine Finley and Tatiana Tai are both 16-year-old high school students, and they're both accused of masterminding a mini prostitution ring.
Were these 16-year-old girls that were arrested, were they running this business? And the answer is yes, they were.
Police say Tai and Finley recruited, trained, and collected money from 5 other girls, all between the ages of 14 to 17, and that their operation brought in several $100s a night.
These two 16-year-old girls, in fact, for a time had their own apartment that they rented in Central Phoenix, which was used exclusively for acts of prostitution.
They look like 30-year-old women.
Oh, God.
Hot teen news.
This ruins it.
She looks
Florida Evans.
She looks like Patrice if he was in Demolition Man.
Very good. The one girl has chop meat hair.
Oh,
just awful.
Totally ruined it.
These are the girls that were running it. So
yeah, well.
Well, great.
You got to leave it to the imagination, I guess. Maybe
still
the ones that were recruiting were good.
Still want to eat your peach cobbler first, Dan?
That ain't no peach cobbler.
Hell no, that's asparagus.
I want a peach cobbler. I got some shoe fly pie.
How long got some lima beans?
How long has Bookman from Good Times been running a prostitution ring? She is horrendous.
Shirley Hempel.
That is awful. Why do you have to show us the picture? I had mine.
Because you guys were talking about how delicious peach cobbler was. I was like, wow, they're going to be disappointed.
We all had an image in our heads, man.
I was
What was your image?
Mine was
extremely white, obviously.
Some girl that maybe looked like Sharapova or Kornikova.
Yeah.
You know, that type of look.
Yeah.
Yeah. Russian girls bossing innocent girls around and recruiting them into prostitution.
My image was half Dutch, half Korean.
Really? You thought it was going to be
a little exotic.
A little exotic.
I want a little
some
exotic.
Asian.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a good one, too.
Dylan and Eric were sexier teenagers than these two broads. They're awful.
They really
They're
are.
horrendous.
They are horrid. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, put her in a picture of. She does look a little like, as we remember, the beloved Buckwheat from the Our Gang series.
A little bit. A little
yes.
bit. I think Imus would have a comment or two about these two.
Yeah. Not these days, but
and I think he could officially say it too.
Yeah.
Wow, you know, that's completely accurate.
Well, she is a hoe.
That's what I'm getting at.
That can't get a brush through that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Hey, how's your donkey gone?
And then we got this.
When they weren't in that apartment, investigators say the girls would walk the area near 27th Avenue in Van Buren. Rosa Maria Aguilera lives near that area, and she says she's not surprised by these arrests.
There's just always a lot of young girls walking out as soon as it starts getting dark, you know, and there's just you notice a lot of young girls walking the streets around here.
We asked her how young.
Maybe like about 13, 14 years old. They're very young, and they just walk up and down from here, maybe to like 35th Avenue, just up and down here, around here. It's not surprising to see them out here like that at all.
Now, even though the two girls who were arrested are minors, they are facing some pretty serious adult-like charges. Between the two of them, they face 10 counts of child prostitution and at least 2 counts of receiving the earnings of a prostitute.
So they was pimping, yo. It was big pimping.
Dang, not all black people look alike.
I'm not
That is
saying that.
horrendous.
Who's the guy?
No,
You're just trying to find black people.
It's Keenan Thompson from Good Burger.
Keenan
There's
Thompson.
not even a resemblance.
No, you put the hair on him, and I think we got a match.
No, she's,
not even close.
Who does she? She looks more like Anthony Edwards at one point. She's not an attractive girl at all.
No.
Oh God!
All right. Well,
that was no peach cobbler.
All right, we got 2 to go. We got
that was gravel cobbler.
we got a horny dentist, and we got a topless joint. Where do you want to go next?
All right. Well, I guess we'll go topless joint.
All right,
horny
topless
dentist
joint
is always fun.
Well, that's an update, by the way.
I had to throw
on a story we brought you guys a while ago.
I threw my cobbler away after one bite.
Yeah.
I took a bite and was like, this isn't good. Yes. And now I'm going for a new dessert.
That was peach tumor.
I got a problem with this thing here. They almost were all in here. Figure out where I have the problem.
All righty.
Topless over 18 cafe in Maine.
The over 18 part's driving you nuts.
Alarms neighbors. You got a topless joint in Maine. It's a coffee shop, all right?
Coffee shop.
Cup size has more than one meaning at a new Central Maine coffee house.
Please hold. All right. Continue.
Servers are topless at the Grandview Topless Coffee Shop. Nice, right?
Yeah.
Which opened its doors Monday on a busy road. A sign outside says over 18 only.
Mm-hmm.
Another says no cameras, no touching, cash only.
Let me guess. They save money on milk.
Oof.
No?
Well, actually, no. It's run by Al Qaeda. They'll have no heads. No, topless.
Right. Topless.
I should run a jokeless place and feature that one.
Jimmy's Jokeless Cafe.
Yeah. I just say that over and over.
Well, here it comes. On Tuesday, 2 men sipped coffee at a booth while 3 topless waitresses, nice, and a bare-chested waiter stood nearby. Why?
God,
why?
No, there should be 2 and 2, right?
Why? Why? It's like the Hooters guy, the guy that insists he has to work at Hooters.
I'll be honest, dude. That is honestly because they probably want to get chicks in. The chicks will go anyway because chicks are not as homophobic as guys.
Right.
But they want to have something probably for girls or gay dudes to look at. I mean, that's probably just a business decision.
Yeah. Could somebody record Caroline, what's her name?
Catherine Craig.
No, the bitch politician that wants everybody's guns taken away because some nut shot her husband on the train.
Oh, the because they called her.
Yeah, she's going to be. Yeah. She's going to be on Fox.
All right, we'll see what
I want to hear what she has to say. She's going to comment on Obama's speech. So I want to hear what this dummy has to say.
And Reverend Al ain't going away today, huh?
No, apparently Reverend Al's still angry at
Rupert Murdoch issued a pretty major apology in the paper yesterday, but that's not good enough for Reverend Al. It's still all over the news today, that cartoon. On Tuesday, two men, topless waitress Susie Wiley said men, women, and couples have stopped by. So they're trying to bring in everybody, Jimmy. The coffee shop raised the ire of dozens of residents when it went before the town planning board last month. Town officials said the coffee shop met the letter of the law.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Look at that.
They're allowing this to happen.
Yeah, sometimes they can't do anything.
Go and support it.
Just go to a coffee shop, see some boobage.
Said our dumb interns out to be back 4 hours later with our coffee.
That would be nice. They would never get that done in New York, though, right? That would be a rough one.
You know what? You could walk in there, kind of give a glance, then look into her eyes, get your coffee, and leave. But how many ghoulish creeps do you think are just going in there and staring, making stupid comments?
Yeah.
Like they're going to get her?
You know, maybe the truckers could help me. When I drove back and forth to Florida, they had those roadside cafes.
Yeah.
Breakfast joints. One of the best breakfasts you'll ever get. Yep. And it's a strip club, too, basically.
Yeah.
They sort of say it's like just topless waitresses, but as they're making your omelets, the girls are dancing just all over the place. Yeah. I think I had 5 breakfasts one day.
Do they bring you the food?
Yeah, man. It's a chain.
Where is that?
And I think they're every 100 miles, maybe even less.
Really?
And there's one after another down the main road, like 95 or whatever, all the way down to Florida.
What are they called?
I can't remember. It's been 4 or 5 years. I gotta get a trucker friend on the line. They'll tell us.
There's none in Jersey.
And then they got the girls trying to get you in the back room.
Where are they? There's none in Jersey. There's none in.
No, you got
Maryland.
I think you got to go south of there, and then they finally start popping up.
Oh, yeah. Dixie.
But all of a sudden, they got billboards, and they get you excited, too. Only 70 miles to go. Only 60 miles to go. 50 miles to go.
Yeah.
And then you hit that one, have a nice breakfast, check out a little you-know-what, and then you start getting hungry for the next one.
You get a cranky?
Huh? I didn't.
Anything like that?
I didn't go cranky.
That'd be frustrating if you're a trucker.
I didn't go cranky, but
you see all that, and then
but you do see a couple of creepy truckers just sitting there doing exactly what you just said,
just staring like ghouls,
just with the nicknames and stuff, you know, the horrendous nicknames, all that stuff, right?
Something else without the O's.
Yeah, the phones are lit.
Tots.
Yes.
Cafe Risque.
Paul.
Jim the trucker. Jim.
Opie.
Hey, buddy.
Okay, you're talking about the Cafe Risque. Is that what you're talking about?
Man, I guess. Those are the ones with the billboards, and there's a bunch of them, right? It has to be then.
Yeah. I've never been to them, but I did read that one of them was bought by a church group that had raised a lot of money, and they had a ceremonial burning down of the building.
That's always good.
Oh, really?
When the church burns things,
great.
It always is for the best.
Great.
Whether it's books or strip clubs.
Yeah. Did it burn down a rectory where kids were molested? Did they?
No.
Probably not.
Let me go to. Thank you, sir. Let's go to Josh in Baltimore. Josh.
Yeah, I drove down with some buddies from college to the Gator Bowl a couple years ago, and we stopped at the Cafe Risque at 7 in the morning. And it was great. I got 7 in the morning, got eggs, toast, bacon, and a lap dance.
That's what happens, I'm telling you. Oh. And was it one of the best breakfasts, too? The food is excellent. And the boobs were excellent.
It's breakfast of champions. And the waitresses there, they're all nude. I mean, totally nude.
Yeah.
I would love. I don't know if I'd like that, though. The bodies smell like home fries.
That don't matter. Come on. Ugh. They're not dropping the omelet on their laps and then serving it to you. It's all good. And there's a bunch of them, right, Josh?
Oh, yeah, you see them all once you start getting down south.
Yes, because as soon as you leave one, you get back on the highway, they're already promoting the next one down the road. I'm telling you. All right, Josh, thank you.
Are there backroom lap dances, or is it all up in front, I wonder?
No,
the lap dances are right there, bro. And then you got a kind of a few skanky ones that are kind of like giving you the look like, let's go to the back row.
The local hose bags.
That's what I would want.
Nice.
And then finally an update on the horny dentist out of California.
Yeah.
California dentist says groping, you got caught groping, right?
Oh, boy.
Was part of treatment.
Oh, okay. Well, let him go. He's fine.
Here's an explanation.
What treatment is that? The guy lost his mind. He saw a woman sitting in his chair, anesthetized, and went to town on her.
With her boobs just going up and down.
heaving breasts.
Stretching the bra.
Oh,
he just had
that
to get
sucker
in there.
thing in her mouth, making those sounds.
He went to the dentist with that blouse. I guess if you're, backed into a corner, why not? It was part of the treatment.
Part of the treatment? Vigorous chest massage? What was he doing?
Do you know how busted you are as a dentist where you say breast grabbing is a part of the treatment? Do you know how desperate an explanation? On the list of explanations, that's probably the 50th best you could have.
How many experts and teachers at dental schools, professors, other dentists, do you think they paraded in to say that there is no such treatment as fondling? It's just...
Well, let's read a little bit here.
Right.
The attorney for a Woodland dentist told jurors that his client massaged women's chests as part of a medical treatment. Defense attorney Michael Rothschild told the 6-man, 6-woman, whatever, that Mark Anderson was treating his female clients for... Oh, wow. Stunt brain, I hand this to you. What?
Temporomandibular disorder.
You know what that is?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
What is that? Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Yep,
It's a problem with the mandible.
Jimmy doesn't know.
Problem with the mandible, which is your jawbone.
Yep. Yeah. Right.
And, it's almost like a TMJ.
Isn't that what TMJ is?
What is it, lockjaw or something?
Yeah, they got, pain in the jaw. I had some girl that, a girlfriend years ago in high school that said she had that, but I'm convinced it was just an excuse so she wouldn't have to do something to me. She said she couldn't open her mouth wide. I swear.
Yeah. Well, maybe because of you and your gift. Maybe she had to unhinge her jaw like a python.
No, she had a small little mouth, and it was very hard for her to open her jaw. She was complaining that there was clicking going on.
Oh, really?
When she would open her jaw, and took a good punch in it though.
So what was he? How was he saying that helped TMJ? That he would massage the breast, and when they scream help, it would loosen the jaw muscle.
What is he doing?
No.
The attorney says the condition affects the muscles of the upper body. So now
that is silly.
Anderson faces, guess how many felony charges?
How many?
How many felonies?
19 felony charges for skin-to-skin contact. Skin-to-skin contact.
There's no reason for it.
Why do you have to take off the top to, get the skin-to-skin contact? Can't you get a little massage through the clothes?
His attorney's last-ditch effort. The jaw bone's connected to the bone. No?
And one misdemeanor for touching a patient's breast over her clothing. So he got 19 under the clothing and 1 over the clothing. The incidents occurred between February 2005 and his arrest in August 2007. 14 women were involved.
How does that happen after 1?
14
came in with this condition.
I've been on this earth a while.
Pretty rare condition.
I was going to say, I haven't run into one woman with this problem. This guy has run into 14 of them.
14 came into the office saying, what's the treatment, Doc?
Mm-hmm.
And don't you think he would inform them of the treatment?
Right. He waits until they're knocked out. Knocked out.
Say, what I'm going to do now, you got this TMJ.
Right.
I have this new groundbreaking treatment.
Mm-hmm.
It's the muscles, in your upper body. So what I'm going to do, now this might sound a little unorthodox, but there's nothing sexual about it. I'm going to have to massage your chest in order to relax the muscles that go to your jaw. Let me show you a chart of the muscles and how they go from the blah, 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 I want to touch your...
Exactly.
There's no way to explain that and make it sound reasonable.
It's just, this is just as reasonable as if you were arrested for punching a girl in the face and they said, why'd you do that? You said, well, I was giving her a mammogram.
Yeah, exactly. All right, you're free to go.
A couple things coming off the instant feedback. We got David from Florida. Cafe Risque, we dare to bear, only 20 miles. Yeah, these are famous billboards when you're on the highway. And then the owner is in a battle over his billboards for this Cafe Risque, because it was all about just counting down the miles until you got to see some boobs and get a nice omelet. And then Fast Freddy from Jamaica Station, Mark's Topless Donuts in Portland, Maine. It's all the throwaway chicks with crooked tees. Awesome. We got a physical therapist on the line about the horny dentist. Frank in Jersey. Frank.
Yeah, man. If he could get away with that, me as a physical therapist, I could be getting away with a hell of a lot more.
Yeah, huh?
Oh, my God. That is absolutely ridiculous. It's her jaw. It's her teeth. It's by her ear.
Yeah.
Hey, young people's pec muscles, people's asses.
Wait a minute, by her ear?
Yeah.
Oh, her ear.
Hey, God bless the guy for trying, but I think he's going to lose this one.
Punch out.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. My favorite dentist story, and it's very tragic because, this person has a family, but it was, I think it was somewhere down in Chinatown. The guy messed up with the gas, killed her, and didn't know what to do. So he just kind of put her outside on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Can you get that story? And I hope the family's not listening but I mean, as far as comedy goes, my God,
he put her next to a parked car like it hit her.
Right.
Good improv.
Like he went into panic mode, and that was the best he could come up with.
Get rid of her.
Just put her out on the curb.
Get rid of the body. Is that the first thing you'd think?
Yeah.
Probably thinking he's going to still keep his job and everything.
Right.
Everything will be fine.
All right, we'll find that story for after the break, and we got other things to do. Certainly.
There she is, my nemesis, Carolyn McCarthy. Just because some douchebag, I drove or took the Long Island Railroad and shot your husband. She's got an all-out crusade to take away everybody's guns.
Look.
Yeah, screw her.
She's one person.
She's not reasonable. She's doing this out of complete emotion.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm sorry your husband got blasted by some lunatic animal that decided he was going to go into the Long Island Railroad because he hated white people and shoot white people.
But at least with her, it's coming from a place of having lost somebody as opposed to a politician.
It shouldn't come from a place of losing somebody. She's taking a personal tragedy and now affecting your Second Amendment right. Go screw off, Carolyn McCarthy.
More respect for her, though, than somebody who's just thinking for other people. I got more respect for somebody who's
Have respect for me. Arm everyone.
I respect her. I don't even like her, but I respect her more because at least her husband got shot, and she has a reason to say what she said.
And her son, right?
Oh, her son, too?
Oh,
he got injured.
I think her son is really messed up.
Very injured.
She's an old widower, just trying to get some guns off the street.
Well,
man.
No,
not
just
trying to get some guns off the street.
She wants to get out of the hands of criminals.
Just an old widower.
If she was
She's
doing
hanging
that,
out with her grandkids and just wants to get a few guns off the street.
No, she wants some of the most strict gun control laws, and we've all seen how that works. You weren't allowed to own a gun in Chicago, Washington, D.C., some of the highest murder rates in the country from those places. So you tell me that gun control works. Shut it.
Well, that would have helped her husband if
what?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, because Colin Ferguson.
This animal had a gun. It would have been tough to get a gun.
Because he went to a gun store, filled out all the necessary paperwork, showed his loony asylum papers, and they handed him a gun. Right. He didn't buy that illegally and carry it illegally and then use it to shoot people. Stop it. Oh, take away assault weapons. Why? Because something's got a goddamn attachment for a bayonet on it? When was the last time people were killed in a bayonet charge during a robbery? Oh, it's got a bayonet. Yeah, you could have fixed a bayonet on that. It's an assault weapon. Shut up.
She's just an old lady trying to do some good.
It's got a flash suppressor on the front. What does that do? Well, it looks cool.
Look, she's just trying to get something done, you know.
Yeah,
Go screw your old bag.
She's got a little cause.
She got a nice dress, nice outfit on.
Oh, stop it. She's got to wear green.
Leave her.
It's not St. Patty's Day.
Leave her and her little cause alone.
Oh, her little cause. Abolishing the Second Amendment isn't a little cause.
She's just trying to do some good with her life.
Get some guns off the street.
Yeah. Guns off the street. If that was all she was trying to do,
I'm all for trading guns in for like movie tickets and stuff. I think that works.
Great. How about an $18,000 per bullet tax that
Why are you yelling at her? Look, she's got a turkey neck. She's getting up there in years. Yeah. How can you make fun of this woman? Look at her. She's suffered enough.
Green because she's Irish. I understand.
She's suffered enough, Anthony.
She hasn't suffered enough. She's trying to make everybody else suffer. Legal, law-abiding gun owners. She's making suffer.
She's just trying to make something of her life.
It wasn't a registered gun. Perhaps if there was a registered gun owner with a carry permit on that train, her husband would still be alive because it could have taken out that animal, Colin Ferguson. But no, she wants to legislate against people that are legally buying guns to try to curb crime. It works very well. Look in every big city where you're not even allowed to have guns, and you tell me that strict gun control works. Stop it. Carolyn McCarthy, my ass.
Stephen S. from Bayshore writes, I hear she also wants to ban home theaters. So,
yes.
You might
she
be in
wants
trouble there,
screens
Anthony.
no bigger than 2 feet wide. Stand.
Why do they vote for her? She's not a Why do they even vote her in?
Oh, because they felt sorry for her. They felt sorry for her. It was a feel-good story on the news after her husband was killed and her son was wounded in a tragic shooting. Of course, I'm not going to be a total dick and say, it wasn't tragic. This animal
How many people
gets
did he
on a
shoot
train
that day?
and just looked at people in the face and started shooting them.
Yeah.
But she got the sympathy vote. Because it was one of these, wow, and now here's a woman who's really going to do something about it. She's running for office. And she won.
Well, that gun was legal, somewhere.
Yep, absolutely.
Was it?
Yeah, it was legal somewhere,
know?
and then Colin Ferguson got a hold of it.
Right.
There you go, right, Jimmy?
Trace Colin Ferguson's gun. Tell me where it came from.
Right, Jimmy?
I'm sure it didn't come from a gun store. I'm sure they didn't do an FBI check on Colin Ferguson
She's trying
before
to clean
he
up
bought
the
his gun.
streets.
She's not
trying to get the guns off the streets.
taking away the Second Amendment.
My
is what
favorite,
she's doing.
My favorite thing when it comes to politicians, like say some dude dies, right?
Yeah.
I think it happened to Sonny there, right? Bono, whatever.
Oh.
Sonny Bono.
That was illegal guns.
Yes, a few illegal guns there at that toll booth.
And then all of a sudden, like, the wife gets to continue his job. How does that work? That doesn't work anywhere else in society.
That had to have just worked.
That's insane.
Ye oldie times.
Maybe if you own a coffee shop and your husband drops dead of a heart attack, then you can handle maybe continuing the coffee shop
pouring
business.
a few cups of Joe for people.
But how is it that your husband dies, he was a politician, and then now it's your job?
Yeah.
Well, did they vote her in?
Crazy.
No, they just take over.
They just take over. Like, there's no rule against that.
Till the next election.
That's scary. But how is that? Sunbrain, do a little research. How did that come about? Where a wife could get the dude's job when he dies? I want my politicians to have some kind of
It was
experience.
probably some, 1805 law that was called anything but a Negro.
Oh, boy.
Well, Obama president now. They were very racist back then. We're much more progressive these days. As I see it. Yes, we as a nation.
Oh.
I'd lump us all in as a nation.
We?
We. Yeah. 52% of the population.
Good. I think you should rail against Obama at 9:30.
Oh,
I think that you should.
Is that when?
Yeah. Let's
when
see.
Fiddy. I wonder if Fiddy is for or against gun control.
Why don't you ask him about Obama?
There's a guy that's been shot a few times.
And then I want to hear you agree with everything he has to
I'm
say.
sure he likes Obama, but you know what? He said he would have voted for Bush at one point.
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah. After
that'll
Kanye
be-
West came out and blasted Bush.
Yeah.
That may have been a terrorism thing, though. He
Right.
might not be. A lot of these guys surprise you politically. They're not like where you think they're going to
You
be.
know what? Yeah, the guy's making money hand over fist.
Right.
As I may say, hand over fist. He's the more money you get, I think the more Republican and conservative you wind up getting, because you want to hold on to some of your cash.
Anthony,
All of Hollywood.
you got some choices
Well,
here.
That's true.
You got some choices. 13-year-old JC, and my history teacher says Second Amendment is not your right.
Oh, really?
Tony on Long Island, this woman has no
Not
idea
your
what she's
right?
talking about. Tired of Ant and his rah-rah gun stuff.
Ooh.
Shut it, Mike.
Ooh.
And-
Mike.
And a lot of people want to know why you canceled your Poughkeepsie show. Jimmy explained yesterday he's doing Jay Leno, so he had to move his date.
I'm doing Leno the 16th,
Right.
so the 14th, 15th, I'm going to be around doing 6-minute spots to warm up for that gig.
Mike's upset because his gun is taped behind a toilet at a restaurant.
Oh, nice. Well, Godfather.
13-year-old JC.
What's up, Jay?
What does your history teacher say about the Second Amendment, sir?
Hey, boys. Well, she says it really isn't our right because it actually says a well-organized militia. And I support guns. I'm playing devil's advocate. Don't yell at me. I'm just saying.
I would never yell at you.
He supports guns at 13. What a cute little kid.
That's been debated. That's the way the gun control lunatics have tried to get people to say that it's not our right. A well-organized militia. You know what a militia was back in the day? The people. It was the people with a gun in their house so they could defend against enemies.
Was it a
Hold on, I have a question, though. Now, I have to. My question is this.
All right.
If you're going to say since it was back in the day, like a militia was back in the day, how come gun control people are nuts when they look at back in the day as the type of weapons they had? Like, a lot of times people say, well, the weaponry is now different. How come it's not okay for gun control people to go, well, the idea of a militia is now different?
Mm-hmm. So how come you don't drive a Model T? Technology,
Sure, I agree.
Technology goes ahead, and things are legislated, and you're not allowed to own a full automatic machine gun. They do make limitations on you.
Wouldn't the NRA let you know? If they had it up to them, it'd probably be all...
Oh, yeah. Well, you're able to...
Probably.
If you have certain types of firearms license, you're able to own fully automatic machine guns in certain states. Certainly not in New York. But that militia thing is just... It doesn't take away from the fact that it says shall not be infringed upon.
And it was not about owning guns that were muskets or whatever. It was about owning guns so you could keep the government honest.
Right.
And if you read the early founding fathers' writings, that's what it's about. It's not about forming a militia. It's about keeping the government on its toes so that we would never have a king.
Yes.
We've kind of moved beyond that, though. We certainly have one now.
Really haven't. Oh, yes.
But I have the update on Carolyn McCarthy and how she came into office. She actually she campaigned for this seat. It wasn't her husband's seat.
No, I know that. She didn't step in as a wife of a husband that was in office.
I knew that.
She ran for office and won on the sympathy vote.
Right.
She was like,
two different things. It just
reminded
reminded me of, wives that become politicians because their husband passes. 13-year-old JC. When are you going to college, by the way? Are you going to be one of those kids going to college early?
No, probably not.
Oh.
If I can actually graduate out of 8th grade.
He's just a waste. I love it.
All right. Thank you, sir.
School's a waste, by the way.
This is what I'm going to do. Mike, if you could wait through the break, we'll go to you next. If not, I understand, all right? Because we're late. All right, stay there. Rich Voss is here, so let's get the Dr. Seuss books out, pass them around. Going to dumb down the show next with Rich Voss. Robert Kelly, too. And 50 Cent's a little later this morning. 50 Cent.
I call him Curtis.
Oh, do you?
Oh, so do I, then.
But you don't.
Sure, it's his name.
Opie and Anthony. Got to get right back into this. Opie and Anthony, Jim Norton, Rich Voss joining the program. And Mike sat through the break, so let's see what Mike has to say to Anthony.
All right.
Hello, Mike.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, actually, now that Rich Voss is going to be reading Dr. Seuss, I'd like Anthony to bury the back of a gun in my forehead.
Oh. Yeah. What seems to be the issue, Mike?
I don't know. It just seems like we get this gratuitous rant every other month or so with this and this, gun this, when it all goes down, What's going down? When is it happening?
I understand when it all goes down. I'm saying that they really are trying to undermine our Second Amendment right, the Democrats, the gun control people, and it's one of our rights as an American. That's
Absolutely.
all I'm saying.
It's not going to be happening, though. This takes so long. It's never going to happen.
Yeah, never going to happen. Believe me,
Never
they're trying. They're trying on a daily basis. It's already legislation up in New York that they want to do all kinds of things with the ammunition and amount of guns you could buy. Actually, want to consider a automatic handgun a machine gun. They actually want to consider that. Yeah.
That's why it's not going to happen, because the really important things they don't act on. They don't work on the important things.
All right.
It's run out of steam. That's it. Nothing's going down. That's not going down. And I've been in the worst areas around, and I'm by far not the most imposing person. And people that don't carry guns are the people that don't get shot, from the most part.
People that don't carry guns are the people that don't get shot.
Yeah, it's usually the people that carry them that take some lead. Yeah.
Really? You're talking about criminals, right? You're not talking about a law-abiding citizen with a gun is more apt to be shot than just a person walking down the street?
Yeah, it's on you. You know it's there. Yeah, you're ready to pull. You don't just walk out. That's not a little chain or a necklace that you throw on in the morning.
I'm not talking about Well, of course somebody's getting shot. If someone has a gun and they're in danger, someone's going to get shot.
Just someone's the fact that it's on you.
I love that. Someone's more apt to get shot if they have a gun. Well, yeah. Just for the fact that it's on you.
And you got it. And you know about it. You're not reaching for your...
So that if your life is then threatened, you have a way of defending yourself, is what you're saying.
Well, maybe what I'm really saying is that you really should put yourself in a better position not to get shot.
Like what? Like how?
That you don't go to places or don't get into situations where you're likely to get shot.
I don't go to places or put myself in situations, but there are things called home invasions, there are carjackings, there are innocent people that are menaced by criminals with illegal guns on a daily basis and murdered by the same. Why can't a law-abiding citizen that's been put through background checks, buys a legal gun, carry it with him to defend himself against the animals that have these anyway?
I don't know. I mean, this is one in a million.
I don't
this
know.
Doesn't happen.
Well, Mike, why don't we put your words up on the blackboard for everyone to enjoy? I don't know.
And when did you get so obsessed with guns, by the way? I don't remember you being so rah-rah about guns over the years.
The threat comes down.
Thanks, Mike. We're going to move on. I appreciate it.
Take away our Second Amendment right. Then I started really getting into the movement. I joined the National Rifle Association. Do I agree with everything that the NRA says? No, of course not. But they are a very strong gun lobby. They've done a lot of work keeping some of these friggin' liberal asses at bay. And I do contribute money to them on occasion. And I think if you're a gun owner, you should definitely join. I think it's a good thing to do. It shows that there are responsible gun owners out there that don't want their rights taken away. Just the other day, they sent a nice little mailer out. Made it easy. It went to your local congressman and senators, and all you had to do is fill it out and mail it in. Like those FCC complaints that people never heard the show, and you just got to sign it and send it out.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was. But it said it had a questionnaire on it. Do you agree with this and this and this? So you didn't just have to buy their entire catalog of opinions on the matter, but you pick and choose, and then you sign it and send it off. And I did that as a responsible gun owner that wants to preserve our rights.
I saw someone gave you a holster brochure at the FH.
Yes, they did indeed.
And
it was very nice.
And it backfired or something, you were telling me?
It was Sam's little ploy to be a douche.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know how we like pawning off pain-in-the-ass listeners on each other?
Oh,
it's a little game we play, people. See, we play it with you, the listener. When you're a pain in the ass and you come up and start yapping and jibber-jabbering about some inane crap we never want to hear, we will usually pawn you off on another person from the show in a very creative, subtle way that makes it seem like we appreciate what you're saying so much that someone else would really enjoy this converswe
or that they would relate to it even more.
Right. Then we walk
what
away.
Girls did with Norton.
What's that?
That's what girls
I heard you.
Then we walk away pointing at the our friend from the show behind the back of the listener and laughing at them because now they're stuck with this babbling idiot.
Right.
Sam ran into a gentleman who started talking to Sam and asked what kind of holster Anthony uses. And Sam, I guess, thought this was a great opportunity to pawn one of these listeners off on me.
It's just not true.
Oh, no?
No. I was talking to this guy, and he was like, hey, I'd really like to talk to Anthony. And I was like, well, we've had such a good conversation. Anthony's an approachable guy. We'll just go over and talk to him. And he was like, do you know what kind of holster he has? And I was like, that would be a great opportunity for you guys to talk. Something you have in common.
A bastard.
So you found the guy that was interesting and probably had something to bring to the table.
Yeah, he's very intriguing personality, and I said, as much as I'm enjoying this conversation, he's a conversationalist for a living. He's going to love this guy.
Well, this guy comes over and starts talking. He's talking about holsters.
Hold on, I'm looking at a pumpkin.
Oh God,
and
Rich.
I mean intelligence-wise.
Rich popped his teeth out.
Oh my God,
it just came out.
I hope one of 50's bodyguards does the same thing with his knuckles. Thinks you're a beaver attacking 50.
Yeah, we got to talk about that.
Yeah, we will in a second.
But this guy comes over, and Sam, of course, introduces us. And gives a little chuckle to me behind this gentleman's back, thinking I'm going to be saddled with some boring conversation. Well, this guy's Johnny on the spot, very prepared, has a magazine or a catalog chock full of holsters. And I thumbed through it, very high quality, nice leather holsters. And he gave me his card, the catalog, and said, if there's anything I need, give him a call. It was something that I could use.
When is a guy with holsters a fun guy to talk to at a party?
Well, when you are a gun owner.
Put it in your pocket.
Put it in your pocket. What am I? That guy who shot himself in the leg sticking it down the front of his
Plaxico Burress.
Yeah. You don't put the gun in your pocket.
You put it in your back right here.
Under your hat.
What makes a good
holster goes there, though?
What makes a good holster, though? They all look the same.
No, they don't. It's a form-fitting holster that fits the exact gun that you're carrying. So you can't use it. You can't just throw any gun in the holster. It's form-fit to the gun itself, so it fits tight. It's actually like a friction fit. That way there's no snap over the top of it, for the most part, unless it's a bigger caliber weapon. But there's no snap over the top, so you don't have to unsnap it and pull the gun out. It just stays right in there very nicely. Very subdued, very flat. Contours to the body for a carry. It's just they were very good holsters. DeSantis was the name.
I don't think your obsession with guns has anything to do with the fact that the government is trying to ban them. I think whether the government would be banning them or not banning them, you would still go out and buy a bunch of guns and be obsessed with them. Because the government's cutting back on school arts and stuff. I don't see you holding pottery classes anywhere.
I don't care about school arts.
But even guns, so you're obsessed.
Why is my tax money going to school arts? Get some macaroni and glue it to a plate. That's what I did.
Jesus. Exactly, a bunch of little fags. Excellent point.
Yes.
You want art? You got 5 fingers. Yeah. Now you got a turkey.
Yeah.
Gobble, gobble, sissy.
Art isn't a right.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Cannot take away the arts out of school. Didn't you ever see the show Fame? I mean, listen, you cannot take it out. I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
And I mean, without creativity, what are these kids just going to be computer geeks?
I am a defender of the Second Amendment. That is what I do. I use this forum occasionally, very rarely. I might speak up on my interest for people's right to bear arms. Very rarely. You'll barely ever hear it. Hey, don't play that phony phone sound over me, Pally. Do the bit.
Boss, so where you at with
get off my soapbox.
Where you at with the gun thing?
I personally would like to get a gun. What happened was I applied for
We'd love you to get one too. I'm mistaken for a toothbrush.
That's what
Thanks, man.
I knew a joke was coming because his eyes popped open. Here, what I applied for when I was 18. I was busted with pot, just a couple of, and they said it was going to be expunged from my record. Yep. All right, so I applied for the gun.
You didn't read the thing that said even expunged, sealed, any type of crime.
I had to get a lawyer, and I didn't get a lawyer to expunge it. I didn't realize it. And when I filled out the application...
Even if it was expunged, by the way, you would still have to write it down.
Did he just learn that word and wants to use it today?
Yes. What? Expunge?
Yes. No. For many years, you thought you had expunges under the sink.
So...
Why are you chewing gum if you have fake teeth that pop out so easily?
Listen, you know what the problem is?
Spit the gum out.
I quit smoking almost 3 years ago.
Attaboy, Rich.
How many years sober, by the way?
Last week, 23 years. Last Wednesday, 23.
Right, get him a drink.
Get him.
On the house.
Get him a drink.
But I heard you
No, it's on me.
I heard you can get a rifle without a permit. You can just go buy a rifle.
Not in New York City.
No. In Jersey, right?
I don't know Jersey law. I know New York State law. You can just walk in. They will do an FBI check on you.
Oh, I don't mind.
And, if you have a proof of residency in New York City or the state of New York, you could buy a rifle.
So I think I'm going to get a couple shotguns or whatever.
Shotguns fun? Sure.
Only because when it all breaks down and, you know.
Right. Yeah,
when things happen. And
yeah. I got one of those big-ass, nice Jew pistols, that Desert Eagle. Wow.
The big snub nose?
Those Jews know how to make a 5-pound gun. I love your people when it comes to making that weapon.
Is that what the Israelis use?
I don't know what they use it for. Batting people over the head, because that gun is giant and unnecessary, completely unnecessary as a sidearm.
Yeah, that's it. Because like American Jews will just annoy you to death, but in Israel,
they actually have a gun that
business over there
from Jerusalem to Gaza.
Yes, a pistol.
Why don't we take a break? We got to catch up anyway. Rich, you're helping us out on Friday, right? You're doing the funniest listener thing for us.
Nice.
I'm going to host the event.
Yeah, that's very cool. At Comics this Friday, we're all going.
Oh, that'll be fun.
And I are going to be judges. You're going to be the master of ceremonies, and as we try to find the funniest listener.
And I'm going to show
at Comics this Friday.
And basically, there's going to be an area where I'll be standing, and you can come over and perhaps touch me and say hello, but it must be brief.
It's called the rest area.
And then you hit the road, and on Saturday, you're going to be all the way up there in Queensbury. Matt in Queensbury. I'm sure we'll stop by and see you.
At Sweet
a
Basil.
faithful listener. Sweet Basil, right.
That's actually a good gig. I've done that. It's you're standing in front of a giant window. There's a huge window behind you which stinks and overlooks the woods, but the gig is actually good.
Well, last time I did a gig with you in front of a window was when we did that one-nighter in Connecticut. And you...
Oh, my God. Voss bombed. That was, oh, God.
How many years ago?
Wait. Oh, God. John Shuley used to book it. Oh, Shenanigans.
Yeah.
Oh. I actually... That was a horrible Connecticut Tuesday gig.
Yeah.
And everyone bombed there. Every opener bombed. And I did a half hour. And I actually did well. It was the only decent set I ever had in that dive. And Voss went on. And I cannot describe to you the bomb.
Oh, wow.
He bombed for 45 minutes.
Bomb.
How long ago was that? About 15 years ago?
It feels like yesterday. It was maybe, it was probably 12, 13 years ago.
It was so brutal. It was like almost... You thought you were working a prison yard. It was like... it was just horrific, and all you could hear was Norton in the back laughing
because you were bombing so bad.
Dude, he was dying. It was like watching Deborah Winger in Terms of Endearment. Because I had the only good set I've ever had there. It was a terrible room, but he bombed. It was so satisfying.
When Norton did his poem, "This is for fighting, this is for men," it brought the house down.
This is for fun.
Oh, this is for fun. I don't remember.
That was your Freudian slip.
Wow.
With that,
Freud was a psychologist.
Yeah. Why don't we go to break? Yeah, we'll continue with Rich Voss.
He bomb.
Black History Month, only a couple days left.
Yes.
Here is today's honoree.
To celebrate Black History Month, the Opie and Anthony Show is recognizing those historic African Americans without whom this country would not be the melting pot it is today. Today, we honor civil rights pioneer Stephen Stax Edwards from the Martin Scorsese mafia masterpiece, Goodfellas. Stax blazed a trail for all minorities seeking employment with La Cosa Nostra by working his way up from small-time crook to truck driver for one of the largest cash robberies in the history of organized crime.
You drink coffee? Oh, look, like a fucking caterer. Thought you had one of your bitches in here. Yeah, I did. Where the fuck is she?
However, Stax wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer, and his tenure with the mob was cut short when instead of properly disposing of the aforementioned truck, he got high and went to his girlfriend's house and fell asleep. Stay tuned for more icons of Black history on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Opie and Anthony. You got Rich Voss in studio. You got Robert Kelly in studio. A little later on, 50 Cent.
You got shocked?
I told Stunt Brain that we're all getting shocked today. Bad, too. These are bad shocks. Yeah, we need the static spray, whatever the hell it's called. And I just want to give everybody an update. FatErock.com.
Yeah.
Yesterday we had, 17 pages? Today we're up to 52 pages.
Wow.
832 pictures total on FatErock.com.
Wow.
And this guy isn't putting every picture up, by the way, right? You submit a picture, then the guy decides if it's worthy of his fine website, FatErock.com.
You know our lovely listeners, I'm sure that they're making very offensive E-Rock photos.
Yeah.
Making it through. But,
I wouldn't doubt.
There is a 53rd page now, so we're now looking at 53 pages of FatErock.com.
That's great.
And E-Rock gave me a skinny picture of him yesterday. Skinny E-Rock.
What?
You haven't seen the skinny E-Rock picture? And it's a mere few years ago.
Really?
Look what this freaking show has done to the kid.
I haven't seen that one.
You haven't seen skinny E-Rock?
No.
Making muscles and stuff?
What? Is he flexing?
Yes. There's skinny E-Rock.
All right. That's kind of chubby E-Rock.
Not really. Not compared to what he's...
Why is he flexing like that? Stop it.
No. So FatErock.com, taking over the world. That's good news. All right. Enough of the skinny E-Rock.
Yeah. Oh, God. What a douche. Got a wife beater on.
We got a compliment for Rich Voss. Hey, Ope, I finally saw Voss's stand-up. It is mind-boggling how funny he is on stage and how amazingly awful he is on the radio.
I am totally...
They just can't give you a compliment.
I know. First of all... I don't want. I can't. Thank you for coming to see me.
You know what? I love you on the radio show.
Yeah, jeez. What do you got to do here?
I'm still in shock.
I can't believe how
mouth.
good Bobby looks.
Huh?
Bobby looks like his old headshot, only if he was older in his old headshot. You know what I mean? That's how good you look.
I don't like the scarf,
Dude.
but aside from that...
Yeah, what's up with the scarf?
I'm
like Brandon,
cold,
the island of
dude.
Dr. Moreau.
Guys don't really wear scarves,
You look like that lady that gets a lot of the...
You just deal with the cold.
I'm looking around.
You do have kind of a chick look to you.
Yeah, he does.
Do I?
Well, if you put like if you put like a wig on, I think you could have like a ladylike features.
What are you saying, Anthony?
I'm saying I'm kind of digging you.
I'm kind of digging those black camos.
I've completely lost my mind. I'm coming to work now dressed in camouflage.
I see that, yeah.
This is ridiculous. And it's not even camo for woods. It's for like cement.
This is
You're in a cement field.
They're very comfortable pants, by the way.
Yeah, but they're black camo. What are they for? What's black camo? Isn't that defeat the purpose?
I'm not defeat the purpose of what? I'm not
camo.
I'm not wearing them for the camo.
Who wears camo for the camo?
What, am I hiding from?
I don't know. Who wears camo for the camo? Army, Marines.
Yeah, the boys over there. But I mean, if you're walking around New York and you're wearing camos, you're just wearing it to wear them.
You mean the average Joe?
The average Joe, yes. I know the boys are.
The average Joe with every weapon.
Yeah, he's not the average Joe.
At his house, in his closet.
My urban combat gear.
Can you do me a favor and just let me know when you know? Just call me. Send me a text.
Bobby.
I know all the proper channels.
Let me know.
I was privy to his gun closet recently.
What?
Oh my God!
It looked like a video game.
Oh my God!
I've decided to just.
You got to start locking that closet.
I've decided to just put a vault door. On that closet door now, instead of locking the guns up in a vault in the closet.
Yeah, you have
to. It will now just be a vault door, which will be like a panic room. Also,
it's a huge walk-in closet, Bobby. A huge walk-in closet that is well stocked.
Yep,
well stocked.
Come on,
nice
Voss.
One, Voss.
Was that Voss?
Yeah.
He
had one in the chamber that went off.
And Voss showing us all his teeth without his fake teeth.
You all right?
Where you going? There's a bathroom right there.
What happened? Voss, what's going on with your teeth? You popped out your fake teeth to show your little, what are they called? Like little nubs, little daggers.
Little Gollum nubs?
Yeah, it's just a process that, I'm going through with Dr. Gottesman and Holden where, they file the teeth down and the temporary bridge keeps slipping out. So I got to go get it re-cemented.
What's wrong with your teeth? Ever since I've known you, you've been getting them dumb choppers worked on.
What started the teeth problem? The drugs?
No, I think it was lack of flossing and brushing.
As a kid?
And, no, it all started when I was 45. So, it was great up till then. I have bad gum disease in my family.
Yeah.
So my mom has no teeth.
But without the teeth on there, that really looks bizarre. It's all filed down.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look almost like fangs.
Yeah, your mouth should be boiling in a pot in Quint's house.
Can you give yourself a crash?
That's a good one actually.
I knew it was going to work.
I sent the picture out to the Twitter universe so they could see the awfulness. Why is your daughter calling us?
My daughter's calling?
And why does she have the hotline?
Because she's hot.
Well,
which daughter?
One of the most uncomfortable moments ever, by the way. It was at one of the virus shows, and Anthony openly trying to pick up Voss's daughter. But making believe it wasn't real.
I was just talking to her.
Oh, Voss was in a quandary. He didn't know what to do.
And I can't believe you right then didn't realize, or the next day go, I need to go to meetings. Right after that. Right after you were completely drunk and out of your mind, hitting on a 17-year-old going, you know what, maybe this is my bottom.
If he knew she was that old, he would never would have talked to her.
Yeah, I thought your daughter was my bottom.
Ant's one of those guys. He'll never go to a meeting. He's just one of those guys.
What the freak am I going to a meeting for? I got things to do.
Oh, why are you getting upset?
Oh, you know what? See?
Yeah, what's wrong?
There's one meeting he'd go to.
Did we hit a nerve there or something? What's going on?
Oh, yeah, that meeting. Yeah, I go to meetings.
Yeah, just different.
They're very secret. Right. Wear a little uniform.
They'd love you, too. Hello, greasy Northern Italian. Welcome.
I know. I don't think I'd be welcome.
You'd be spit on and hung.
Of course I would be.
Hey, Voss's daughter, Jess, is on the line. Jess.
Hi.
Hey, what are you doing? Why are you calling?
Cool. I don't know, I was bored. I just thought I'd call and say hi.
Why are you listening to this radio station?
Oh, shit, a cop.
What's that?
She goes, oh, and then drop the S-bomb and said a cop.
Yeah.
She can't be on the phone.
Are you driving?
I hope she said cop.
How great is this?
Oh, my God. How old is Jess?
18.
18 now. Okay.
Yeah, now I am.
She's driving and calling and texting.
Are you going to school today?
Yeah, right now.
All right. Well,
yeah. How are your teeth, Jess? You take care of them and
I
everything?
was just going to say, my teeth are perfect. Don't put the family,
you pretty
in the
much
middle of this.
said it was some family epidemic of nasty choppers.
Yeah. Well,
my teeth are straight, white. They're perfect.
Yeah, it's because I bought you. It's because I got you braces as a kid.
Yeah, but I didn't pull them off like you did with pliers. You know.
You didn't have to sell them for crack either.
You pulled your braces over pliers?
Yeah, when I got my braces, like the wire that goes across was digging into my gums, and I ripped them out.
So how about you go to the orthodontist and say there's a problem with my braces instead of ripping them out like an old carburetor?
I was a kid. I made some wrong decisions.
Some wrong decisions.
For money.
Yeah.
What's that?
You were desperate for money.
Hey,
boy, she knows your whole story, huh?
Did Daddy ever tell you the story with the?
What?
I can't.
What?
First of all,
the girl with the cat box?
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
How about this?
You ever seen pictures on your daddy's phone?
Look, I know Voss is in a panic, and I understand. I'm going to do it this way. Jess, what is the most horrific story your dad told you,
or you were
about his life
that someone else might have told you?
I'd like to. The worst story that your father told you about his life, because he's told a few doozies on our show over the years.
A couple of
Lulus. Anything.
Yeah, and
nothing too bad, really.
Yeah, but you know that I had a tougher life and that I am a complete turnaround and a good dad, right?
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Perfect.
I'm perfect, right?
Perfect.
Yeah.
If you had to pick between me and Norton as a dad.
Norton, what a hottie.
Wow, girl.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
My daughter has...
Blinky. Hey, Blinky.
Blinky. Oh, she's totally facing you.
No, it's affectionate. Both of the Voss daughters have had crushes. They've had crushes on me for many years. I know the Voss daughters very well. They've both been kind of in love with me since they were 10, 11 years old.
I'm not in love with you.
It's all right. Don't be deal. I mean,
you got an ew.
You got an ew, and she called you Blinky.
That's cute. The Voss daughters love me.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Why don't you hang up? Because it really only...
Look how nervous Voss is
getting. It only takes one Voss to bring the show to a dead halt. I don't even know.
You stay on the phone as long as you
like.
You're
nervous because you don't know where this is going to go.
No, because I know how about me.
Hey, Jess, did your mom ever badmouth your dad? Like,
I don't want to say that in front of him. He would get really upset, you know.
No, I mean, like years ago, we call him a worthless piece of crap or anything.
Yeah. What's the worst thing Mommy said about your dad?
I don't remember when they lived together. I was 3 years old.
Yeah.
But listen, one of you, Opie or Anthony, I don't remember who was who. You promised me you would take me out to New York City and spend so much money on me. That day has not come.
Well, you know something, you were underage at the time, and I didn't think it was appropriate.
And you were under the influence?
No. Yeah. Oh, like
she should be opening for you, Rich.
Just like you haven't had a drink or two.
Never.
Oh yeah, I caught her out all night drinking with her friends. And then when we went in, I went in to yell at her and discuss it with my ex-wife. My ex-wife tells Bonnie to come in. So Bonnie's sitting there all uncomfortably, as we're smashing her. And Jess, this is Jess's defense. All my friends drink.
Yeah.
That's not a good
It's true. See, it's a good defense. It used to be 18. So what? They changed the law.
Yeah, what the hell?
Stupid law.
Well, she's doing all right.
Some college campuses trying to get it back down to 18, by the way.
I'll tell you what, Jess. I think me and you should go to one of your father's shows. We'll sit right up front and just make out in front of him.
No, that's disgusting.
She means watching the show.
I just think it would make him a little uncomfortable. It might be funny.
It might make everybody uncomfortable.
Yeah, it might.
Yeah.
Especially
I'm going to go. You guys are really boring me.
Oh, Christ.
Hang up.
Wow.
And
it was nice talking to you. Goodbye,
right.
Father.
See you later. Peace out.
Bye.
Oh, hey, guess what?
Good. What's the guess what?
I'm going to tell her 50 Cent is going to be.
Oh,
She's listening to the radio. She knows.
Yeah.
No offense. She's kind of a C. Jesus Christ.
Did you get that from your ex-wife?
No. Jesus Christ. She's anything like the ex-wife. I know why she's an ex-wife.
She got it from my younger daughter.
Wow.
She just beat up everybody.
Yeah.
She just took us all out.
I'm bored with you guys.
The boss daughters
sorry.
have been crazy about me since I met them.
Oh, sure they have.
Yeah.
Hey, Blinky. Hey, Blinky.
Hey, Blinky.
She's just dissing you.
Yeah, but she doesn't know how to say it. Like, God, Jim, how you been? I miss you.
No, of course.
Let's go to Dano in Kentucky, regular to the Opie and Anthony show. Dano.
Good morning, fellas.
Hello, Dano.
Hey, I was wondering, boss mentioned his mom didn't have any teeth. Can I get her number? Nothing beats a smoothie.
A smoothie.
And you know what? She's in the hospital right now, not knowing who she is or where she is.
Oh boy. How's that working out for you, Rich?
Time for the
pillow. I don't know. I know. I was in there, and there's like bags hanging from her. And do you go, and when you go to visit, you go, well, I'm going out of guilt, or I'm going, you know what I mean?
It's got to be out of guilt if she don't remember anything.
Yeah, it's just, it's so uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's got a grandma like that. Refuses to say because she's in that.
I remember my grandma, full of life and cooking dinner and things like that. I won't go there and see her,
Was your mom sick, boss?
Huh?
Your mom's sick or just old?
Could you be any dumber? No, she lost her memory.
Yeah, it could be you.
I was so waiting for that one, man. That's great.
I saw Anthony's toe start tapping, and Norton almost got up.
Come on.
Hey,
yeah, she's getting old.
She's just old. Wow. She doesn't know who you are at all when you go in.
Well, she kind of knows me. She liked me the best out of all the kids, so she kind of remembers me a little more.
Oh.
Are you bummed out, Rich?
Am I bummed out?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I got to go visit her. I'm doing stuff.
No, you're bummed out that she's sick, and she doesn't remember who you are, dummy.
Do you wish it was different?
No, I think, all the bad childhood memories, it's like you go in
that's
there.
Good. You should remember what a douche you were and how much you effed up and things like that.
I didn't. What do you mean? How I effed up?
Yeah.
You can't blame me. You can't blame me for the situation.
Can't blame you for what? Someone stuck a crack pipe in your mouth.
That's a good point,
Rich. Yes. As a kid, a couple more. Excuse me. Can you please?
Sorry,
cover your
hepatitis. Hepatitis. Jesus, Rich.
Now. Maybe a little more hugs and affection. I might have grown up in a
God.
Yes.
Take responsibility.
I did take responsibility, but
we all had it hard. You ask anyone about their childhood. No one had it nice.
I got lots of hugs and affection.
No one had it nice. Everybody in this room is dysfunctional.
Well, good point, Rich. Good point. Good point.
Glenn Dandy says he's got a way to snap her out of it.
Yeah.
Just tell her the president is black. And that'll shock her out of it.
Rich, tell us a childhood story. I love your childhood stories. What was the last one you told where your mom used the kids to get your dad arrested?
Yeah.
That one's wonderful.
Oh, that was set up dad.
That's not going to affect you in later years.
Well, here's one that's...
one you've never told?
Yeah, here's one. I don't know if my sister's going to get upset about it, but back in the day. Well, you know what? It's back in the day.
Okay, go ahead, Rich. This is going to be a good.
This was my sister, not me. Well, I'll tell you me. No, I'll tell you me story.
No. I want to hear this. All right.
I'll tell you. When I was in 5th grade or 6th grade, Emerson School, 5th and 6th grade, it was not elementary. It was between elementary and junior high school, 5th and 6th grade, right? So we're in the lunchroom. Everybody's eating in the lunchroom, and I was kind of a bad kid in school. They put me in special classes,
It's called a dumb kid.
No, it was the trouble kids that always got in trouble. So I'll tell you 2 stories. So 5th and 6th, well, we're having lunchroom. The lunchroom's packed, all the kids, and all of a sudden the whole lunchroom goes silent, and my mom walks in. So they knew somebody's mother was there. So there was just a problem. So my mother and the principal and the vice principal. So as everybody's exiting the lunchroom, all the kids, my mother, the principal, and the vice principal were standing right by the door with me, and my mother was smacking me in front of all the kids, and just like smack me, in front of all the kids, and just everybody's walking out pointing and laughing. Yeah, you're getting your butt kicked. And also in 4th grade, she made me wear saddle shoes to school, the black and white.
Oh.
The shoes that cheerleaders wore?
Like girl shoes.
Yeah. She made me wear them to school.
Bobby Soxers would wear them.
What are saddle shoes? Get a picture.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have.
Pull up a picture of saddle shoes.
All right.
And then my sister was at a...
Maybe it's to go with your horse teeth.
Nice. Oh, they're like golf shoes.
The boss's baby shoes are hanging over the kitchen door for good luck.
Hey, those they look pretty nice now. I would wear those now.
Do they?
That looks like golf shoes.
Yeah,
You've worn those.
Bowling shoes.
In 4th grade, you don't wear those.
Yeah, 4th grade, you don't wear those, or you're getting them put right up.
My mother used to make me wear my sister's underwear to school.
That's sick
like
and
I'm
weird.
talking all the time.
Why?
That's weird.
And I remember,
Were they sexy underwear?
they were little girly underwear, so like little like flower, like little girl underwear.
Why? What was the purpose?
It was 13 of us living in like a three bedroom house, and we were sleeping on like the floor in one of the bedrooms.
You had 13 brothers and 12 brothers and
I had
sisters?
5 uncles, 2 aunts,
5
great grandmother.
Were you
grandfather.
gypsies? And you guys all lived
We were
together?
Irish Catholic in Boston.
I just know exactly what the deal is. He was a pretty young boy.
They called me Spiff.
Spiff,
I
little
know, we were talking
Spiff.
about Spiff yesterday.
5
Or 2 days ago,
uncles.
whatever.
One of them was just a creep.
A douche.
You sure that was your nickname?
You think I'm going to help you with this one?
No, I mean, it was a mistake.
How many?
Wait.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was, Jim.
Wait, he gave us enough here, though.
Nah.
Your sister's underwear.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I didn't even realize it was bad until one day. Remember?
Was it so soft that you were just popping what's all day long?
Oh, God. No. I just remember I was in the bathroom one day. Remember those, we're at the big sink you used to step on? It was a round sink, and you'd step on it, and water would just shoot out like a fountain, and everybody would wash your hands there. I was washing my hands, and I was in the just taking a pee-pee before that. And we're all washing our hands, and they just started making fun of me about my little flowered panties. Because I didn't know it was bad.
Why are you showing everybody?
I was going to the bathroom.
Well, you make sure no one's around.
I didn't know.
You made it worse for yourself.
I didn't know. I didn't know you had to hide it.
Of course you gotta hide something like that.
You don't know you got to hide it in 1st grade. You just take it out and go, look. You don't
Do you remember
hide
the
it.
pattern that was on your panties, Bobby?
I think it was little roses, and I think one was purple, one was blue, and the other one was pink, and it was scattered all over. Because my mother wouldn't do laundry. She wouldn't do laundry, and if she didn't have my underwear, she'd just toss me. You know.
Little frilly underwear.
They're like, what's going to happen?
Underwear
Who
with
cares?
5 uncles.
5 uncles.
Little
creepy.
Spiff.
5 uncles.
When did you stop wearing them?
When did you start wearing a
Around
scarf?
14. No, I'm joking. Actually, I used to pick my nose, and I used to suck on my fingers. Like, people suck their thumbs?
Yeah.
Like this. I used to suck on my fingers like this, and I would pick my nose with my pinky finger. And what I would do is I would take the boogers. Listen to me. I would take the boogers out and roll them into perfect little balls on my upper lip. That was my thing. So like this.
Holy
wait a second. Bob has his
God.
pinky up the nose and the two fingers next to the pinky being sucked on.
Now wait, I used to have 2 lumps on my fingers from my teeth biting into my fingers.
Yeah.
And I would take, if I was leaving for school in the morning, I would take all the boogers out of my nose and put them underneath my desk or under the couch to let them harden.
Holy mother of God, this is one of the most disgusting things I've ever heard.
So then I would come home. Oh, I remember running home from school.
For boogers?
Because I knew I had, like, the perfect snort underneath the couch.
What would you do with it?
I would peel it off, and then I would take it, and I'd suck on my fingers, and then I'd take my pinky, and I'd slowly start rolling it into a ball.
You'd put a booger from under the couch onto your upper lip.
Onto my upper lip, and then roll it with my pinky finger on my upper lip, and it would into a perfect ball.
And then you'd stick it under the table.
But wait, I'd have to. It was almost like making crafts, because as I rolled it, I'd have to lick it to wet it a little bit.
No,
so I'd have to keep wetting it.
You had
making crafts.
You had a thing in your mouth and a perfect ball in your upper lip, and you don't understand what it was happening to you.
That is disgusting.
Yeah, but I used to get them into perfect little balls, and then I'd put them back up my nose, and then take them out, and then roll them. And
I'm dumbfounded by this.
But you understand, some snorts had too much. They were too bubbly, so you couldn't make a good. The perfect was when it was a little wet and and it had a little dry in it.
I'm going to throw
Didn't your parents buy you toys?
But no.
Really going put them back up his nose. WTF? Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh God! What is my sister calling?
Oh, family, what the hell is this?
Because she doesn't want you telling the story.
It's not even a bad story. I'm not going to tell it. It's not even a bad story. It's not a good story. It's a letdown story. So,
well, the other two were.
They were letdowns?
Yeah.
Well, it's
Get
just
your daughter back on the phone. She was funny.
She's not bad. I'm sorry I don't have any old booger stories, rolling them up and eating.
Dude, that's a sick story. That's a good story.
You know when I stopped doing that? The first time I went to juvie hall, the first night in jail, was the last time I sucked my fingers and rolled boogers on my upper lip.
Yeah,
I was so afraid. Yeah, exactly. I was so afraid that somebody was going to catch me doing it. They were going to just beat the hell out of me. So all night I kept waking up like every 20 minutes, making sure I wasn't. Because I'd wake up in the middle of the night and I'd just do it unconsciously, just suck my fingers and pick my nose. And I just kept waking up, making sure I wasn't sucking my fingers and picking my nose. All right, listen.
Where's Lydia today? I want Lydia to try to figure out what that means.
Why, you guys never sucked your fingers and picked your nose?
No.
Yeah, a little picking of the nose, sure. But
I sucked my thumb when I was a little kid.
You never did? Okay.
No.
Feels good, doesn't it?
You don't ever wake up?
He rests his pointer finger on his cheek, kind of, and sucks on his middle finger and his ring finger.
Why does that feel good?
His pinky finger is up his nose. And he rolls it.
Mm-hmm. I hope you get right back into that habit.
And you're not taking pictures of this. Do you ever wake up in the middle of the night still sucking your fingers now?
I haven't done it since I swear to God, that first night. I walked in that room, it was all metal bunk beds. And, just the highway was right at the window. Remember the old buildings where the highway was, like, you open the window, you could touch a car? Just meow. I was so scared. And a kid got stabbed in the eye that night. He actually was in there
your first night?
Yeah, when I got in there. That was the first night they made me do jumping jacks.
Yeah.
And
must have been great.
Oh, it was awful because I had
your panties on.
I had 3 hairs. I think I was 13. I had 3, and I was like, oh God, I had to take it out, and it was just thoroughly disappointing to the guy who had to do it. And then I had to take a shower with the other 2 guys. The first time I was ever naked.
Oh boy.
Without a relative.
That one of those uncles. Did you get a little excited?
In the dude, let me tell you something. Having a guy tell you, all right, take your pants, and they do it so nonchalant, take your pants off, and then you have to, all right, do 5 jumping jacks, and it just bounces uncomfortably.
Jumping jacks naked?
Yeah, you have to do jumping jacks, and then you have to bend over.
For who?
For the guys.
What club is this?
What club is this? It's a stress factory. Do 5 jumping jacks.
How long were you in juvie hall for? How long were you there?
I think it was
2 hours.
I think 4 months for that one.
What?
And then you transfer out. But
Hello, this is SC. I'm calling. I just want to know where this wonderful place is. I'm Cake.
And the court sent you there? The courts or your parents?
The court, you go...
Boy, they knew what they were doing.
I tell you what, Massachusetts, as soon as my bail was $10. The judge took my bail. It was unarmed robbery, assault and battery, malicious destruction, and trespassing. The judge, because it was my first time ever really getting into trouble, reduced my bail to $10, and my mother wouldn't pay it.
So she can't afford underwear. How's she going to pay $10?
True. So they toss you. You go out to an insane asylum from the court. They put you in a van out to an insane asylum in the middle of nowhere, Danvers State, and then from there they ship you out all over to wherever these little
wherever there's
jails.
room. Yeah,
wherever there's room. They call it the holding cell. You walk in. And I'm sitting there. It's in the middle of nowhere. It was like, going back in time, these buildings. You walk in, it's all these Puerto Rican and black kids, which, I was from South Medford. I hung out with all Italian-Irish kids.
Yeah.
And it was like, all these little goatees.
Like
these guys are 13 and they have goatees.
Felt like prison?
Yeah. And you walk in and you're sitting there and they give out these lunches it was a salami, ham, and cheese sub. And they had wet onions on the top of it. Just wet onions, and I look at all the guys at once, grab the onions and flick them on the ceiling, and then I looked up to the ceiling. The whole ceiling was wet onions from years of juvenile delinquents hucking wet onions on the ceiling.
That's classic.
Yeah.
Did your mom come and visit you while you were there?
No, I didn't see my mother for a year and a half after that.
Wow. We got to take a break. We could continue with these crazy stories. Rich Voss is helping us out with the Funniest Listener contest Friday at Comics. I hope a lot of people show up. We'll be there judging, and Rich is going to be the master of ceremonies there. And then, Bob Kelly, I think you're heading to Chicago today?
Yeah, leaving for Chicago today. Chicago Improv, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Very good. We'll continue in a sec. Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony, Rich Voss, Bobby Kelly, Jim Norton.
Yeah, and my Poughkeepsie date is now April 3rd, Friday only. 2 shows at Bananas. The other dates had to be moved. So Friday, April 3rd, 2 shows.
I got to tell you, Jimmy, your farts are annoying the hell out of me today. Usually I can handle them. I don't know. They're horrendous today.
There is some,
there's some horrendous ones going on today.
Like Jimmy and Voss.
But Voss is just
contest.
I don't think Voss's smell today.
They don't stink.
He's just
guessing.
I've never gotten mad at a guy's farts.
It's the stuff that comes out of his mouth that stinks.
Exactly. Oh, me.
Yeah, oh, me. He goes, oh, me.
Oh, my.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Bobby's stories are great, man. I can listen to your stories all day.
I know. He's got,
you don't want to ask him stuff because he's going to tell something that we're not going to be able to recover from. I get scared to ask you stuff.
Why?
I don't know. Panties sucking on your fingers, doing naked jumping jacks.
Yeah, the jump. One time I came in and a really good friend of mine we both came in at this is my second time going back to jail. And I went in, got the strip search, all that stuff. There was this one guy who was really creepy. And I came back into the bathroom and he was wrestling my friend.
Oh.
He's wrestling my friend naked.
I'm Harvey Milk, and I'm here to recruit you. Where they just wrestling and smacking each other's buttocks.
So years later, it was when I was around 18, I went back to one of these places to become a counselor. Okay, because I was
one of the guys that came up from
no, because he missed the action.
I was a success story by that time, right?
Why would you go back to that though?
I needed a job, dude. So I went back in and I was applying for this job. It was that guy was the director or the second in charge of this house for juvenile delinquents. And we're sitting there he's like, I'm very proud of you. This is great that you've been sober. You got your stuff together. And
all the boys you can.
So at the end of the meeting, he was like, well, good to have you on board. He grabbed my junk.
What is going on?
I'm not even kidding you, dude. He went, I don't know where it came from. It was the most awkward moment ever. He just went over and he was like, good to have you. And he just grabbed my package and squeezed it.
And he was in charge.
He was the second in charge. And he didn't think I was going to be, usually, look, I I need around 2 days to actually tell somebody how I feel. Something happens, and I have to go home and go, dude, in the mirror, like he says, dude, you know, I got to talk to my wife. You know, I don't let people do that to me, dude. Yeah. You know,
it takes me at home with how he wishes it was in real life.
I fully admit that it takes me around 2 days to actually do what I really should have done. So
you know what, dude? He sits there, he's all schmarmy, he grabs my junk, dude, and I'm like, what?
Dude, you don't grab my junk, dude. But I actually, right then, there's one of the only times in my life I went, hey, don't do that. What's wrong with you?
That's pretty tough. That's really crazy. But why don't you knock him out and say, F your job?
It's one of those situations,
I'll go deliver newspapers.
Great interview.
Always get a newspaper job.
Great interview. I thought I had the job, and then the guy just grabbed. Who thought that was going to happen? The guy I was in shock. I was like, "What? You don't do that. Why would you do that?"
Your first job application?
Yeah,
Who hasn't been through that going for a gig?
What happens? They got to check.
Oh, that's what I didn't know that's what they did.
Why didn't you knock him out?
Cause I didn't know you didn't. He panicked so bad when I wasn't into it. Like I was like, dude, don't do that. What's wrong with you? You don't grab my stuff. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. That was totally out of line. I thought we were joking around.
Joking around.
Yes.
Fun.
All right, Jim.
Right, well.
2 Jews, bro.
So you started working, and when you started working there, every time when you started working there, it wasn't uncomfortable. I mean, why would you go to work there?
I don't like the fact. Hold on. I don't like the fact that Voss was just making a joke. So when you started working there,
no, I didn't.
Shut your face, or I'll bite it.
Listen to me.
I had to start over again.
Yeah, he was trying to make a joke of because Bob was saying his penis got grabbed, and Voss like, well, you started working there, like, he didn't take that job. Did you take the job?
No, he took the job.
Took the
job.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I don't understand. I would have said, you know what,
dude, you know what the job was?
Yes, we do now.
Job begins with a
Take
B.
that out and get grabbed.
That job begins with a B. Nice.
I went in 3 nights a week at 11 o'clock, and I just had to stay there until 8 o'clock. So I slept. You get to sleep half the night, too.
Really?
So you just go in this room, you sleep. The guy wakes you up. The guy I worked with was probably around 400 pounds. Came in with one of those 7-Eleven big gulps, but the big one?
Giant, yes.
Yeah. Just of Coke. He would drink like 2 liters of Coke every night.
Ugh.
Oh, it was awful. And
his future.
I was just, what? Are those your teeth?
His teeth just flew out of his face.
His teeth are awful.
You should do the show without the teeth. I want to hear if there's a difference.
Yeah, you really should try to talk like that.
Let me see. Let me hear the difference.
Yeah, what difference? There's a little difference.
What?
A little difference.
A little difference.
You sound like a little baby Voss. A little difference.
It's so funny to look at. He smiles and his lower jaw sticks out now above the front one when you smile.
Talk, Rich.
I could talk. It sounds. Maybe it does sound a little different.
It sounds horrific.
Just do the rest. We only got a couple minutes left. Do the rest of the show without the teeth.
All right. Where are you going to be this weekend, Voss?
Sweet Basil's in Queensbury.
Where are you going to be?
Sweet Basil's.
There's a whistle.
He's not putting the voice on.
Sweet Basil's
in Queensbury.
Can you tell people where I'm going to be? I'm going to be in Chicago at the Improv.
Bobby's going to be at the Improv in Chicago. Wait, hold on. I got slobber there.
And you're going to be where?
I'll be at Sweet Basil's.
Don't forget the comics gig, too.
Oh, and Friday I'm hosting the funniest listener.
Oh, my God. Keep going.
He's a wreck.
The funniest listener contest.
Yeah.
At comics on Friday, and then Saturday, Sweet Basil. And then you can see Bobby Kelly at the Chicago Improv. I want everybody to go see Bobby. Very funny. It's a big room.
Go see Bobby. Sweet Basil's. You're whistling nut. Wow.
When are you at Sweet Basil's?
Saturday. Saturday at Sweet Basil's. Saturday. All right, hold on. Saturday.
Don't try to lower an octave. Saturday.
He looks like the star of Bum Fights.
Horrible.
Just say precious once.
Precious.
Could you say Schenectady?
I couldn't say that with my teeth.
Nice.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Oh, you should be forced to do every radio show without your teeth.
Do you ever think about going on stage without them one night? Just who cares? Just go out without them and just do a whole set and then not even mention it.
Yeah, you should, man.
What are you, crazy?
Why not?
Rich is too vain for that.
Are you?
Yeah.
That would be funny, though.
Be hilarious. And then at the end, you should just bite a balloon and pop it. Oh, you could just end the show.
Yeah, why are you staring at him like that?
Huh? Because I just want to hear other
bombs,
other suggestions on how to close my show.
Unfunny options.
It would be funny if they wouldn't see you at first if you walked out and you waved to the crowd without your teeth, and then you just start talking. That would be great. Or if in the middle of a joke you just take your teeth out and start talking. It'd be great.
Throw them in a cup of Diet Coke.
Rich, take your teeth out again. It's a bit hack, but I think it could work. Danny wrote a nice line for you, a very famous line.
Oh.
Yeah, this...
Right. Made famous by Cindy Brady.
Right. Could you do the Cindy Brady line? Could you see that?
Sally?
No, because I'm...
Go ahead.
Hold on.
Yeah, take both teeth out. Here we go. And really try.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
Say it regular.
I'll say it regular.
Say it regular without pausing.
No,
just go quick.
Go quick.
No, I don't
quick. She sells seashells by the seashore.
Normal speed.
Go ahead.
Go.
She sells seashells by Again, I'm going to slobber to that.
Just do it.
Oh, God forbid we do good radio. Take your teeth out and do this for us.
Yeah,
please.
come on, Rich.
He's worried about slobbering.
Who cares if you drool?
Just do it.
Yeah, please.
For another plug.
For another plug? I don't care. Oh, the plug
I'm
is
joking.
horrible.
I'm joking.
Where are you working?
I can't do it.
Just do it. Do it.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
The problem is the actual words are too big for him to read.
Rich.
No, I don't want this.
Oh, you do? You know what? Nate in Brooklyn has a good observation. Nate.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Nate.
Hi, Nate.
Boss without the teeth sounds exactly like the old man pedophile from Family Guy.
Yeah, with the whistling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta have him say, come here, little muscly arms.
Yeah, he put his teeth back on. He doesn't want to play anymore.
No.
And other people saying you sound like a baby. All right. That's it. We're out.
Would have liked to have gotten a little
Time to wrap
video
up.
of that, but
that's it.
Again, Rich wasn't into that.
Oh, I thought you got some.
No, doing the shisha.
Yeah.
Or giving your plug of where you're going to be. That was funny.
Yeah. All right, you got Comics Friday with us.
Friday with you guys.
It's going to be good. I hope a lot of people show up. And then Queensbury at Sweet Basil's in Queensbury on Saturday. Bobby's going to the Improv in Chicago.
Chicago Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Right.
And, yep, it's going to be a blast.
Who you opening for? I mean, is it you're headlining?
All right. I wish I had one. I don't have anything.
You guys are disgusting.
Hey, look, you want to come in and play games?
That was impressive, though.
I like Voss's. Voss's was good. Jimmy's was a little disappointing.
Mine was disappointing. With the timing of that, I just stood up and answered. I'm sorry.
You're right. It was good.
You might have to check your pants, though, Rich. That was so impressive. There might be something going on.
Voss's was nice. It was a little instrumental.
But his came with semen.
Wow.
Like your burps.
None of this is making the air, but still funny. Just the same.
Is that
No, trust me, it didn't make the air.
Is that bad?
It was a good line. Someone out there heard it, but don't.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, all right. We're out of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Later.
Continuing with the Opie and Anthony show. We got Bob Kelly, Rich Voss. We got 50 Cent's video game on the screen. We're checking that out. He's going to be here in a few minutes. He's promoting 50 Cent Blood on the Sand video game for PS3 and the Xbox.
It looks badass.
Now. Yeah.
Looks pretty badass. I'm just wondering why rappers are fighting terrorism. Is that what's going on here? What's going on? What's the gist of the game there,
You're
Bobby?
fighting Santa Claus right now.
Oh, is that it?
I swear to God, there's a couple of guys dressed like Santa Claus for some reason.
Yeah,
but
Bobby.
I just got a new weapon.
Oh, you did?
Which is pretty bad.
What'd you get? Did you get the Eagle yet?
We're on XM. Bad fucking ass.
Yeah.
No, the Eagle wasn't that good.
No?
This is,
what do you got, a
right now,
Claymore?
why don't you tell me what I have? I don't know what that is.
I really like them.
It looks like you got, what the hell is that? That's old.
It looks like an AK, right?
No.
It looks like a MJ. A TC-149.
MP5 or something?
Dude, look at that hat.
But do you have a Claymore?
No, I have this. I have that. I have a shotgun. But it's got some good, I like this option right here.
Graphics, got a nice roll.
No, you got a nice...
Tuck and roll. Look at how badass he looks. Like the veins in the arms and everything.
Yeah.
Well, the plot of the game, Anthony. 50 Cent and his G-Unit crew finished completing a tour of shows in the Middle East. Rather than receiving $10 million cash for his work, G-Unit is offered a diamond-embedded skull of legends. The skull gets stolen, and 50 Cent, angered by the fact, will do whatever it takes to get it back, even if it means fighting through gangs of thugs and putting himself in life-threatening situations.
Holy shit.
That's badass.
That's I just planted some C4.
Huh?
A little C4? Oh, Christ. Yeah. Hey, well, look out.
Bobby, it looks like you've played this game before.
He has.
Uh-oh, we got some bad guys.
Oh, man. Come on. Wow. You're kicking ass. Is that part of... Yeah, that's part of your G-Unit. Oh, get that guy. Come on. You're with an awful shot. What are you doing? Who are you, me? You stinking aiming.
To the aim?
Where's your buddy Dane to just stab people? Oh, wow. There we go. Now we're talking.
Oh, there he goes.
All right.
Well, we got another guy somewhere. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Got him.
Yeah.
Whoa, there's another guy. I'm out of bullets.
Reload.
Behind this pole.
Come on.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's a good move.
Switch it up a little bit.
He goes, don't fuck with me. There's rap music playing. These friggin' Arabs would be scared shitless. They'd just run away.
I'm going to do a little...
We're all just watching a video game on the radio.
Yeah, that's what we do now.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Oh, damn. Fire in the hoe?
Fire in the hoe. He just blocked my way.
Is there another way out of this shithole? Damn!
Well, I just got some ching-ching.
Yeah.
Just like running through like an abandoned building.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Really
oh, shit.
Ah, man.
Oh, shit. Watch that door, yo. What are you just doing?
Why are you somersaulting in front of the door, you moron?
Oh, damn. There they are. Take
come on,
cover.
Get behind it.
Take some cover, yo. Oh, yeah. Just hack that guy up. Bobby's kicking some ass. I like that watch he's wearing. Look at that. Got some nice fucking accessories.
Bobby,
Bitch.
What do you think, Bobby? What's your review so far?
Well, now that I got a new gun, it's pretty good. Yeah,
shit.
I just got some more ching-ching.
Someone throwing a fucking
we got a guy
grenade
up top.
at you.
There he is, right there.
How many different...
Oh, yeah. Bobby just picked a guy up that was poking over a fucking wall.
How many different settings are there?
What do you mean,
How many
settings?
buildings?
How many levels?
Yeah, different places.
Them?
Like Grand Theft Auto, you can get in a car and drive.
I don't know. I'm going downstairs right now.
I'm sure there's other levels. We'll have to ask.
I just completed one, right? This is my second level. I just completed it.
What? No.
Look at that tricep on him.
Are you out? You better, I am, and when I find you, you can
That's my buddy right there.
Now you better deliver the goods. Where's the strip club at?
Strip club.
Good. In fucking the Middle East, you know how bad that's going
to be? Let's go.
I want to see the strip club, yo.
Yeah, they put on clothing.
Yeah, I want to see the outside. They're right now still running in this basement of this abandoned building.
Oh, you're just blinged up or some shit.
There's some glowing Arab guy on the wall.
All right, there you go.
Now get back to the street, Bob. What are you doing?
Come on.
Come on, I'll go to the
Take it down to street level, yo.
I'm going.
What are you
doing? Smash through this wall, Jimmy. Oh, all right.
Smash that shit.
Why are you talking like a thug?
What?
We're all going to be.
I'm watching this, yo. Yeah, ammo up.
Oh.
Yes, and boss is going to try to bond on the street level about going from Plainfield.
Yeah, me and...
Oh, yeah.
Do some more ching-ching.
Let's take it off.
Hell yeah, yo.
50's on his way, by the way. He's in the car.
Okay, good. I already traveled in a bulletproof car.
Oh, yeah?
I talked to a security detail one time. They said he has to have a bulletproof.
Why would security tell you that?
It was somebody who was discussing it who knew it.
It's a horrible security guy telling you what the security is.
But it wasn't one of his guys. It was somebody that knew that knew his pre-planning. But that's not that big of a stretch.
Yeah.
You know.
Fucking die!
It wasn't exactly a big secret.
What does that mean?
Do they have enemies?
Yo, 50, check it out. They go pay phone.
You're kidding, of course.
Give Raul a call. See if I can get some tools.
He's a rapper.
Where's the strip club?
Don't
Gotta go to.
again.
Wait a minute.
Even if you are kidding. See, he's close to
I gotta go make a phone call.
Born in New York.
So what are you saying? West Coast rappers don't like him? Is that how
I got a new one.
I don't know. I don't know anything about rap anymore.
That's a call. What is that? That's a AK-47. I was right.
1911.
So you guys want to talk about the crossing guard with the funny hat who got into a controversy?
No.
Okay. Fuck them.
Fucking company. Go fuck yourselves.
Hey. What?
Not that company. Did a whole promotion for the My Views. It's embarrassing, like Danny just said, too. He ran out of here.
Shit.
It goes right to the Howard Stern promotion.
Oh, does it?
Enough.
Well, we're all one big happy family.
Yeah, are we?
Apparently.
It's embarrassing, though.
Oh, Bobby. You missed that guy.
I got this guy.
I'd be dropping like N-bombs if I was watching this at home. I would just be like, yeah, I nailed that, and then I just drop it. Why not, Because it's kind of hip-hop music playing.
That's not why you'd be doing it.
Well, I wouldn't even be playing the game. I'm just saying. I would just...
It is amazing how much that looks like him, though.
Yeah.
Not that bad, this game.
What do you want to do? Piss him off by making him not look like him? Make him look wimpy?
Yeah, small arms.
Yeah. Just looks like... Make him look like Urkel. He just goes in there and kills everybody at the video game company. Oh, yeah.
They probably put it in a military setting, too, because this way you get less shit from people, because it's like a...
Right. It's not like...
You're encouraging violence,
I know, a bunch of paint in the asses. This should just be gang shit. You should be up against and then insert your own gang name here, because I'm too afraid to.
Hold on, you just jumped all over Anthony because you don't have your headphones on, so you didn't know Anthony was
talking.
talking.
You didn't even know I was talking. That's
What'd
okay, Rich.
Nothing now.
That's all right.
Hey, can you take your teeth out for the 50 interview?
Oh, yeah. He'd be like, man, you got a fucked up grill, yo. That's what he would say, it's a grill. If you knew the street like I did.
They're probably going to wonder why we have bleachers and 2 people sitting there.
Yeah. So it's usually full, but they were frightened today.
Even if they're empty, that's fine.
Yeah.
The fact that there's 2 people means we do allow people out there. If the bleachers were empty, we could say, no, it's for a thing we do. It's for a photo shoot.
I did assume there would be a lot more people.
Have Heather and her dude sit on the couch in here so we don't look like idiots. Just sit in the back.
That's where his guys will play.
No. Huh?
His guys will play. He's got 6
All right,
guys.
give him the nice, comfortable chair then.
6 guys, yeah. Oh, there's the strip club. Come on, Bobby, what the fuck?
What are you doing?
Kill these people so we can go to the strip club.
There's a tank.
You're getting your ass handed to you.
How awful is it to be cock-blocked by a tank? Try to go to a strip club and you're being shot at by a
Try to go to a
tank.
strip club, Jesus Christ. What kind of fucking strip club is this? They don't want any business. They just want to stone the women themselves. They don't want any foreigners in
You know
here.
what it is? As soon as he sits down, he's probably going to recognize me and want to talk about our plane trip.
Oh, you think that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, did you just die, yo?
Yo, I just died, yo.
Wow, you did all right, though,
What's up
Bob.
with that shit?
There was some guys to my left.
Yeah, that tank. How do you get rid of that tank?
Because as soon as you kill those guys, I bet there was a bazooka.
What do the chicks look like? Can you get into the strip club?
We're back.
Oh, all the way back there?
Probably have like big German Shepherd moles on their upper lip.
Does this have, the save is fucked up in this?
No, it saved me right.
Oh, there it is. Okay, you're right there.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Oh, now you fucking... Look at this. A tank.
Here we go.
The tank is after Fitty. And it's timed, huh? Oh, damn.
Shit.
Wow, you needed to reload.
There's a lot of shooting in this.
Oh, damn.
The blood... One thing that's cool is when you blow through somebody, the blood shows up on the wall behind them, which is great.
That was good close range, Bob. Although I think you're getting your ass handed to you again. Is that an alarm or my phone? Like when you can't tell. All right. Bobby's working his way. I just want to see what the chicks look like in the strip club.
We're dying to see that.
Why isn't Bobby going to the strip club?
Because Bobby's a fucking homo who'd rather run around fucking shooting people.
Well, apparently there's a tank in between Bobby and the strip club.
So fucking...
That happens every time I try to go to the carousel. Jericho Turnpike, there's a tank that runs down the road. You got to take it out before you see some titties.
I got no. How do I? Oh, wait.
Look, time's gonna run out, right?
What does it say?
Tricked out tank.
No, the C4 on the side.
Oh, C4 the tank.
Yeah, C4
you
the tank.
still have the C4 Raul gave you. Try to get close enough to the tank to plant it.
Yeah.
That's
if you're
what you
that close,
do,
just waltz into the strip club.
Oh, shit.
Oh, damn. Nice grenade throw 2 feet away from your face, Bob. That was good. Like a child.
He threw it and caught it with his own teeth. Fucking dope.
Now you're trapped there. What the fuck?
Nah, I gotta go.
Jump over the wall. Oh, you've got so many guys down there. Oh, I see. You got to plant the C4 right there in that red spot.
What kind of tank would have the fucking spot where the C4 should go? That'd be bad.
Throw the grenades at the fucking guys, dummy. You got to plant C4 on the fucking... You suck a dick.
Yes, so.
There you go. Take them out.
I like the fact the whole town is shut up.
I can't get the C4.
The whole town, that is.
This place.
How does a strip club operate in that fucking town?
Bobby just shot the pole that was right in front of him.
Yeah.
I would love to see.
If this game was called Kill a Lamppost, you'd be fucking doing great.
I can't find the C4 though. Where the hell?
She already gave it to you.
Where is it?
You still have the C4. You got to go to that red thing and just go next to it, and it'll attach.
Go run over there and push the C4 button.
Oh damn!
Oh, he's swearing.
What? Where you going, yo?
I'm running down here, yo.
But you got to take that motherfucker out,
Just
B.
jump off the wall. You're not really alive.
You can't jump off. Doesn't let you jump.
Oh. Damn.
Trying to find the way down.
You gotta go down the steps.
You ain't
doing somersaults.
Take the elevator. I know you're doing somersaults like a fruit. No? Isn't there a cage down here?
Yeah, it won't let me out.
All right, you can get out there. Shoot the guys. Maybe you can get out after you shoot all them.
Oh shit!
There's got to be a way out of there.
Fuck, that's frustrating. Maybe Fitty will know where it is. How do you get out? You can't jump down there?
No, it won't let me jump.
Damn. That tank.
Do you see a way out?
It's fucking you up. No, I don't see a way down.
Come on, G.
Wow, he's backing you up though.
Come on, G. Let me go back in here.
No, we won't do that.
Go around there.
Why is it a big secret?
What's that?
E-Rock, I don't know if you're supposed to read that on the air. That's really confidential stuff. Oh, look at that.
What?
E-Rock.
What's wrong with you?
I don't. We will do it, but it says that for promotion. I don't want to give this away. Hey, let me say. I don't even know. I don't even know I should be saying this. I need a photo of all three of you with 50 Cent after interview.
All right.
Trying not to fuck.
Glad you wrote that down.
I hope that.
Glad you wrote that down.
E-Rock's disgusted.
Is he here? Just watching Bobby play video games might not be getting the job done.
It's awful.
No. I was hoping he would come in before we.
Let's say hi to Joe in Vegas. Joe,
should turn the volume off.
Joe, what's up?
What's going on?
Hey,
hi, Joe.
You got something for Bobby?
Yeah.
Bobby, listen to this.
Enjoying the game?
Yeah, I just can't find my way out of this damn hole. My headphones. Turn these up.
Perfect time for
what is he doing?
Our guests to show up, by the way.
The guy's taking a shit there, Bobby. Thought that would be better than listening to you.
I hope he shit his cell phone by accident.
Right.
So we just get out of this little room and go to the strip club.
I'm trying.
Come on. You can't get through this level. You suck.
Trying to get out.
Bring him right in.
Door.
What are you waiting? He's standing out there. What the F's going on? Holy shit. What did everyone lose their brains today? What's up?
What's going on?
Y'all are dead early in the morning, man.
Oh, it sucks. Believe me.
Look at me like, why I'm so energetic.
It's no It's no treat to wake up early.
No, not at all. We're checking out the video game. It looks great, man. It looks great.
This looks so goddamn cool.
How do you get out of this? We're trying to get out of this room so we can get into the strip club, and he's just shooting himself and shooting through the bars and not getting out.
We just want to go in the strip club and check out
You just want to go to the strip club?
Yeah, we want to check out the broads in the strip club.
Eyes.
I'm still finding myself around the game, too.
Do you play video games?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah?
My son is a fanatic right now, though. I mean, I guess it's where I was at that age. I was 12, I was crazy. That's when it was, one joystick, one button.
Yeah,
right.
The old Atari game.
ColecoVision.
I took some influences from games that I enjoyed back then and incorporated it in the actual game. So there's a point where you acquire more than you can actually carry, and the object is for you to run, like the game Outrun. So I added that. But of course it's different because of the environment. It's like Humvees, helicopters, and different things that you can use.
Was that so people don't give you shit? Like, running around the streets with guns?
Well, I don't care.
Yeah, good.
I honestly don't care.
Thank God somebody doesn't care.
You know what I mean? Because no matter what you do, they'll figure out a way.
I got it.
It's no good. You know what I'm saying? It's like the whole rating mature of actual video games. Like, I didn't create that genre. That was there long before I came. You know what I mean? So to create, this is what I would be actually entertained by. So I created something that's actually relevant to me than trying to create something that is PG-13. Like, it's an R-rated film.
It just amazes me that there are people, though, that will try to just take their ethics and morality and then try to pour it on you and stuff, and take the games and movies and music away from everybody because they have a problem with what they're listening to.
I mean, there's no terminology used in the actual game that isn't used in the film.
Yeah.
Already filmed. So we gotta eliminate cable television, then we gotta turn off the computers because all of these things are being said on the web.
That's it. Just play children's programming all the time, and that'll save the world, apparently.
Was there things that you wanted to do in the game that they said no? Or was there anything you suggested they go like, oh no, we can't put that in or it'll get sold?
You know what I learned? I learned to let the people who actually do it take the lead.
Yeah.
I walked into the room because Bulletproof, I had so much input that the game didn't come out as good as it could have. This time I came in and I was like, yo, hold on a second.
I'm going to listen.
What is the best possible things that we can actually do? And I kind of let the guys do what they do, and then I added my input to it. Like, the environment is the way it is, because, like, 2 years ago, when I started with Vivendi Universal, and then they merged with Activision, and now I'm with THQ. But when I went inside with them, I had an opportunity to see Blood Diamond.
Yeah.
And to see, I went to perform for the soldiers in Iraq. So I kind of took both of those things. That's what inspired me to be a part of the film project, Home of the Brave. It was myself, Samuel Jackson, Jessica Biel. I had a great director on that project. It was Irwin Winkler. You know, and from that, like, that's what, because this is the most intense situation you could possibly be in. Like, when you've been through some tough periods in your life, you can feel like you've been through it. Until you get there and you realize that they made a conscious decision to be in a life-threatening situation. Right. And that's got to be mentally a lot tougher than what is out there. Like, you don't make choices. Somebody just runs up on you in the street.
Were you scared being over there? I went over there. We did shows in the end of 2003.
Yeah.
And then they started beheading people. And I wouldn't go.
No, it was crazy over
I was scared to go back over
there.
Look,
the first thing he said to me is, look, I'm not going to bullshit you. You can die today. As soon as I got out the car, I was like, what the fuck did I come here for?
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I could have went to Dubai. That was my day, like, time off. Then I said, let me go do that with the soldiers. You know what I'm saying? And I come here, you gonna tell me you're not gonna bullshit me, you could die today.
Damn.
You know, but it's interesting. I know the people that I saw there weren't the same people their loved ones miss here. Because your spirit would absolutely have to change to have that much death around you. If you come in a platoon of 45 people and then now it's 30 and then it's 26.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys
and then it's 20. So then those guys are writing death notes. Like, if I actually pass away, send this note to my family, and you know, because they see people moving, dying around them.
Now, putting a strip club in Iraq, that was definitely a stretch. You had to get one out. It can't be
I absolutely needed that. For motivation. I mean, like, what is your motivation? I said, what is my motivation, man?
Are you able in this? Because, like, in GTA, I mean, it's got the same level of graphics as Grand Theft Auto as far as believability, and the shooting is great, because when someone gets shot in this, the blood actually splashes behind and sprays the wall. Are you able to shoot civilians in this too? Because in GTA you could just shoot anything that walks.
Yeah, you can. It's like what's the name? They got the same engine as Gears of War.
Yeah.
Oh, it has Gears of War engine?
Gears of War's
Yeah.
good.
That's great.
You got into the club?
I got into the strip club, but they're not really showing that much pussy.
Are you upset?
Is there? You know what? Is there a secret? Can I ask a question though? Because a lot of video games have secret codes where you can type in AXX. Is there a way you can fucking eat some pussy if you type in a secret code? Where you stick your fucking 9mm in a chick's asshole?
I didn't think about that. Next time.
Next game, there's gotta be one where you just fucking snap your fingers and you just shoot pussy. Just shoot your load all over pussy.
He sent me the code so you could do that.
You remember Tomb Raider used to have a code that you could punch it in and get Lara Croft naked.
Completely
naked. You could see her titties, which was fantastic.
But the graphics weren't that great back then.
It doesn't matter. Let me tell you something. There's something about video games.
Yeah.
You ever play online with and a girl comes on and she's like, "Hey guys." I immediately get a hard on.
Yeah, no shit. And then Chris Hansen comes to your house. You fucking creep.
It doesn't matter.
She's got to be. No hot chick is playing video games with a bunch of fucking nerds online.
Well, there was one. I'll tell you, there's one girl that was from Australia. She was playing all the time the war game.
Yeah.
And I'm such a creep. I used to, when we'd be in this big battle, everybody be fighting online. I'd make her meet me in like the hut in the back of the map, and just you can make your character squat down, even though it was another soldier. I'd make her squat down and go back and forth and talk dirty to me.
What's wrong with you? You're out of your mind.
Sometimes when I'm playing Tiger Woods golf, there'll be like a lady in the gallery. That's all I got.
What are you doing?
I got to ask you about it. You're definitely involved in the business end of a lot of what's out there that is marketed as 50 Cent, as you. Do you have to tread a fine line between keeping your credibility with especially your original fans and being a businessman?
Well, for me, it's my personal growth. Like as I get into different things,
but you got to take some shit from people. I'm sure there's
you got people that's gonna hate you for whatever you do. You know what I mean? And then they're not even being conscious of the actual business.
Right.
See, the guy who was in hip hop 10 years ago, if he had the same morals and the things that they consider street would give you street credibility and everything, he's completely broke right now.
Yeah.
He's a VH1 special. You know what I mean?
You watch that Hammer special, man. Oh, that hurts.
Like it's crazy. Because he didn't understand brand extensioning. When the business is changing and the marketing dollars are changing. So if the company can't see the same returns off the CD sales, which we know obviously isn't the same, they can't spend the same marketing dollars they could on presenting you to the public as a star.
But who turned you on to vitamin water? Like, who would think to get into that? And what a payday you got for vitamin water.
Initially, vitamin water for me is so basic, man. Like, I went into Walmart, the no frills section. Like, they had toilet paper for 29 cents. So I was like, yo, how much does this cost to make?
It's got to be like nothing.
Yeah, it has to be 9 cents.
They're selling it for 29 cents, right?
Like, and then I'm like, I just want to take 3 of these, put it in a wrapper with a different brand, and move it to the middle of the aisle.
And sell it for 50 cents.
You know what I'm saying?
Holy crap.
That's all I want to do.
That's all you did.
You know what I'm saying? So when you're looking at that, like, and initially look at spring water. You got Poland Spring in the same section for like $2.89, and then you got 59, the same gallon of water for 59 cents, and they say this is spring water too.
Yeah, what's the difference?
So I'm like, I don't know the difference. Me, I'm like, they're both spring water. It's the two different things. It's just which brand are you going to actually pay for. So I'm saying, like, I wanted to actually go into I just wanted to move the spring water from 59 cents to $1. You know what I'm saying? Like, there had to be a bigger profit margin. If I could just take 59 cents more off of what they already have, and they got that profit point selling it at 59 cents. If I could just move it into the middle and then spend marketing dollars to brand it.
And he's thinking of all this shit when the store manager's following him around the store.
Saying, hurry up and buy. Exactly. Hurry up and buy. So then I explored the possibilities. The vitamin water thing, I came across it in Los Angeles, in the gym, working out. And, I was looking for a supplement for soda. And they had flavor. I had so much water that it just, like, I felt like I wasn't. After a while, you'd be looking like, I don't want that. I want soda. I want sugar.
Sure.
And then that was the thing that I had in between all of the water that I had while I was training. And then, I did the research. It was a private-owned company based in Queens, and they was providing stock options for their employees to create incentive for them because it was private-owned. And then they allowed me, when I came in, I bought equity from individuals. Because people who go to work live in the now. They say, well, if I sell this, I can move. Junior can have his own room, and we can get a new car now. And, you know, they spend the money before they actually get the money once they know someone's willing to buy it. And then, you know, they sell it.
How did you get educated as far as the business end goes? Because there aren't many people that are that, you know, streetwise, and also, I mean, you've been in this shit earlier in your days. We've all heard the stories. When did that happen where you know, now you're talking fucking like stock options and shit?
Well, it's a lot of new information coming at the same time, but if you've always actually wanted those opportunities and didn't have the finances or generate the interest that allow you to be involved in those deals, when the opportunities come, you absorb it and you learn. Like, right, New York City is a million. When the nighttime comes on, every light is representation of a great idea that has no finances to support it.
Yeah.
Wow. Could you say that again? Because I'm completely lost.
I said tonight, when the sun goes down, and every light in New York City is representation of a great idea that doesn't have finances to support it. So a lot of people have good ideas. They just don't have the finances or the energy around them to make someone else come in and actually support it with the finances.
You know, there's a chance. You're taking obviously a chance with your backing with the money.
Yeah.
But then you got to make kind of an educated choice. If you want to invest in something. The vitamin water was a great idea.
That's not just all 50 cents. See, the public just sees me, but they don't see my attorneys.
There you
go. The team of people that I send to do due diligence on the companies that I associate myself with.
I'd love to see them because mine fucking stink. They got me involved in the stock market 5 months ago.
Wow.
5 months ago. Like, it's a great time.
That's true. I just want to get an attorney.
Bobby turned me on yesterday, actually. He's been talking about thisis50.com.
Actually, Patrice turned me on to it, just to give him credit. Patrice O'Neill turned me on to your website. That's a Ning website, right?
Yeah.
It's your own community.
Yeah.
You instead of MySpace, you joined 50 Space.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's doing great, too. Like, I mean, it's an opportunity. Recently, I'm turning it into like a network where things happen weekly. Like, they wait for Pimp and Curly. Then the following week, it's a new episode. Like, because Rick Ross, like, I don't get anything out of going back and forth with an artist that haven't established themselves as a creditable artist to begin with. But I feel like if I don't compete with artists that challenge me, that I'm feeling like I'm above the actual culture.
Well, can we tell what people what the Rick Ross thing is, too? Because there's like a conflict with another rapper, and Bobby turned me on. What you did was what everybody would want to do.
Right.
The guy was, I guess, what was he, just shit-talking you for nothing?
Yeah, he just came pretty much because the album's going to come. He looked for additional publicity by, you know, saying different things. And then he called me Curly. And when you call me Curly, it's like, you know, like Mo, Larry, and Curly. Call me Curly. I said, well,
the F would do that.
I created this character.
Don't
called
call me
Pippin,
Shemp, motherfucker.
Curly. You know, and then I started creating these webisodes that happen every week, and it's generating millions and millions of hits.
But you're really embarrassing him because this guy came out and it was I guess he started something.
Yeah.
So what you do is. You come on and you go, I'm going to fuck up your life, and which is really going to be unpleasant to hear.
But the seriousness where you went, you know what? Nobody tells. I have no bosses, and I've decided. You actually made a decision
to do it,
to fuck up. You said, I'm going to fuck your life
because
up.
I'm saying to you right now, I have 90% of my project completed. Only reason why it's not 100% completed is because I have to wait for Dre to be complete what he's doing with M in Detroit before I can have him to focus on everything else to mix the last few pieces of my actual album. So M's album will end up coming out first now because he'll be done by the time I get my hands on Dre.
Right.
So I make good music away from him, but when me and Dre are together, it's something organically it happens that I want to see happen on this project. So I'll wait. I'll be patient. So while you do that, this guy decides to jump out there at a time that I have idle time. I would fuck you up. I have disposable cash. I would sit there and figure out how to fuck your life up.
Now you got time to give it a little thought.
He said I have disposable cash to fuck another human being's life up. That's
just crazy. Like, I mean, you picked the wrong time. Bad time.
So if you had stuff to do, you'd be like, you'd let it go.
Yeah, but I tapped him and just kept it moving. But now I'm gonna beat his ass.
Jimmy, get into what he did.
It's not.
This is amazing.
It's the stuff you'd want to do because immediately you think, like, all right, there's two rappers going at it. One, there's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
This is just embarrassing shit. He takes the guy's ex-girlfriend, the mother of the guy's son's mother, flies her in and takes her and her girlfriend out on a shopping spree. They
he wasn't doing it. He wasn't doing it. Somebody got to do it.
Yeah, but you had her. You interviewed her like a talk show.
Yeah, you see me very serious.
You was so serious. It was like a regular talk. It was like Charlie Rose. He was so serious. He would ask her a question, and then he would look right into the camera and just let her answer about him not paying child support. His jewelry, his jewelry's rented.
Yeah,
he loves this.
This guy's a jerk. I mean, it's before to the highest level. Like I've seen a lot of guys to the highest level. Like this guy's the biggest fraud we've seen thus far. Like if you go from, the guy is a correctional officer, and he writes from the perspective of the biggest drug dealer in Miami. Now we know Miami is a port. When it comes through there, and we know how people like the way they loved Scarface. His infatuation with that got him. He done created this new character. Actually, the guy name that he took, Rick Ross, Freeway Rick, he gets out next month. 18 years. You know he's going to be knocking on his door like,
Take my name, mother.
Yeah.
He gets out.
And you're a correctional officer, and you decide to stop working corrections in order to go rap as if you're the biggest drug dealer in Miami.
But you had a photo of him. You had a photo of him when he got his diploma as a corrections officer, shaking this old white woman's hand, and he's got the biggest shit-eating grin, like I did it, Mom.
I did it, Mom.
But he doesn't fit in his outfit either.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, didn't he have the nerve to say I don't dress good?
I think I dress good.
No one in here is going to argue.
We're not gonna argue.
Don't you worry.
He said I didn't dress good. And then he mentions Gucci,
Mr.
Fendi, all of these high-end brands. When we know that they got European cut, he can't fit in none of that shit. He got to shop in big and tall. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
he had a picture of his mom too. That was fucked up. He actually said he had a picture of him with his mom, but it was one of those photos they were eating. They just were eating at a table,
and
he's
clumps.
Yeah, the clump. He goes, look, he looks like the Nutty Professor.
Yeah,
crazy. Can I ask you, with all the attention you're giving him, does that help him?
Well, it doesn't. See,
you don't think it does? Because they always say, even bad publicity is good.
Yeah, bad publicity is good when you not at a time when you actually your material isn't generating interest.
Right, because I didn't know the guy's name until today.
Right, so what happens is you're aware of him, so you're going to notice his record sales are super low. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, because it's not enough for you to go buy his record because you didn't hear a song that made you feel like you should be interested. You just heard he was talking to 50. So at the end of the day, like the record sales come in and they go, "Wow, so you really suck." You sold like 30,000 records.
Wow.
Get out of here.
Now with shit like this, pulling stuff like that, obviously, especially from past events and things that have happened, you got to kind of be concerned that somebody's going to snap and take a shot at you.
Ever since Biggie and Tupac had their issues, it altered the entire art form.
Yeah.
Because hip-hop is the competitive nature of the art form. It always had battling as a part of the culture. You know what I'm saying? And if you got someone that isn't intelligent enough to draw lines, then we're in danger.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, if you got people that cross those barriers in that spaces, then you got issues. But
do you know people that, you could completely fuck with and they won't do anything? And then do you know other people that it's like, this guy will fucking
this is the guy
shot at me.
You're the guy that really do that with.
Yeah, you fucking idiot. What are you talking about? Unlimited expenses.
You've been shot. I mean, it's you get to talk to many people who have actually, who for all intents and purposes shouldn't have made it. And you got shot more than once.
Yeah.
And here you are, and you do $100 million with Vitamin. It's like, do you ever look at your life and go like, why the fuck did this happen? Or how is this?
I know that I'm crazy, right? Because I know that I convinced myself that these things were going to happen long before anything came to pass. So, like, my grandparents look at me like, okay, we understand now, but I was absolutely crazy to them. Like, I got shot, I came back, I lost my record deal, everything. I'm not at Columbia anymore, and I'm by the radio mumbling.
Wait, did Columbia just pull the deal because they
just
thought it was
didn't
bad to be
talk
involved?
to me anymore.
Okay.
Like, after that, I got shot. So I was like, I'm by the radio mumbling, but what I'm mumbling is get rich or die trying. You see what I'm saying? So to my grandparents at that point, while I'm there, it's like, poor baby, you know, he had a shot at it. He had something. You know, but for me, I don't take no as an answer. When you come from where I come from, there ain't no plan B. You gotta make it. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of other people, they'll create the excuses. They'll create reasoning for why they're not supposed to make it in their lives because they don't have things like if you grew up in a household with one parent, a single parent. Where I'm from, that happens so common that you can't use that as an excuse.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't use minor things like that. Like, I mean, you lose your legs, so what? You get a chair and go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. The rest of the world doesn't either.
You could just look at everything that's happened in your past and say, like, that brought you where you are now.
Absolutely.
And educated you to bring you to where you are now. So there's no real looking back and regretting anything.
No regrets at all.
No regrets?
You know what I think? I think the things you go through make you who you are and shape you as a person. So those experiences allowed me to become what I am now. And I look at, you know, when you say where you headed, like, I have no idea. I'm going through a tunnel that doesn't end. My ambition is leading me so many different places that who knows where I'm going to end up. You know what I mean?
When you're getting, when something like that's happening and you're in the process and someone's shooting at you and it's hitting you, what are you thinking?
You're
like,
scared.
You're
gonna
like,
die,
I'm gonna
maybe.
die?
Yeah, you're gonna die. Like any other, it's a life-threatening situation. So I mean, and anybody, those things change you because either you become, when you're hurt as bad, somebody halfway kill you, it hurts. You get shot 9 times, you're hurt bad, your hip is fractured, you can't even sit in the chair straight. So from there, either your fear consumes you or you become a little insensitive.
Like someone who survives a plane crash.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, those type of things happen, and then you have to assess life and death. Even though we know it's our fate, all of us in this room, we know we're going to die at some point, because humans are habit forming, and we look forward to the future. We push that to the back of our minds and still concentrate on saving money for tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I mean? But in all reality, we're going to go, all of us.
Fuck Tony Robbins. You should put out a fucking self-help.
Yeah, motivational speaker right
Listen up, motherfuckers.
Hey, as a businessman, how's the portfolio? Did you get hit?
Well,
like the rest of us?
Everybody.
Yeah,
I think everybody. I mean, I think if you had
Did you beat
enough,
up your broker?
Well, no, but I made adjustments. You know what I'm saying? Move some motherfucking money around. I mean, if they tell you if they didn't take any losses, they didn't make enough money.
There you go.
Right? Adjustments are like Pesci did in Casino. I want that money back that I invested. Well, we can't do that. I'd like it back or I'm going to knock your fucking head off.
Do you worry about, you trust everybody that's around you? You keep an eye on your finances and shit like that?
Well, my circle is getting a lot smaller.
Is it?
Yeah. Of just people that surrounds me anyway. Because
did you notice there were people that were just kind of, you know?
You know what it is you develop a comfort with people that you know. You feel like you know. But their intentions change.
Right.
Because people every day, they're not the same person. I had my son's mom, I know, for 13 years. I woke up one day, she decided we was enemies. You know what I mean? It's like how many 53% of the people who get married get divorced.
Right.
And I'm sure that there's one side of that party that really don't, listen, we don't have to get divorced, do we? You know what I'm saying? It's going to split up half of everything I've earned. At that point, I'm sure that there would be a compromise on some levels if they could just come to that, you know, to that actual meeting. But the other person is like, no, I'm going to go. Give me my half. And that's it.
Ugh,
you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it creates a phobia. Financially, I think we condition ourselves without even being conscious of it. Like a little boy, we're going to give him a car. The car is actually on the street right now. So what does that car equate to? Finances. Because you got to get the money to get the car that he's actually playing with. If it's a Tyco truck, then it's saying work. Because it's saying construction. If it's Hess, it's saying gas. If it's a fire truck, it's saying be a fireman when you get older. And then a little girl, before she's grows into being a little girl, when she's still a baby, we give her a baby. We give her a house
to play with.
We give her a cooking set. So we're teaching her nurturing and actually groom the family at home. These are traditions that we already have, like when the woman should take care of the home and the man should, you know, be the breadwinner.
Wow.
In different ways. And we're not even, like, a lot of people are not even conscious of it, but we do those things.
We went to the premiere of Righteous Kill, and we saw we were sitting actually in front of Erwin Winkler, so we saw you having a nice gentlemanly chat. And I'm like, I knew he was somebody. I didn't know who he was. I don't recognize him. Yeah. And, but you got up and we, just chit-chatting with him and his wife. And, Erwin Winkler doesn't look like the type of guy that hangs out with 50 Cent. He's just, you don't picture them two in a car together. You did scenes with Pacino and De Niro together. I mean, you're not nervous rapping. Are you terrified doing that? Because my acting is shit.
It's a learning experience. Definitely when you're with someone that's that great. Their choices have been what we've been watching for, like, decades. Yeah. Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. Don't get no better than that.
Why do you think hip-hop artists translate so well into acting? Not all of them. I've seen some shit. But like
some of us develop a comfort that allows you to be in front of the camera. I'm in front of the camera so often. Look at we here right now. You taping me. It don't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you just relax and be yourself in front of it in different ways. But acting is a whole nother thing. It's the study of human behavior. You watch other people and kind of take things from them. It makes you more observant. Even when I watch a film, I see it differently now because I see the shot. I see how they shot the scene instead of just watching the film. Before, it would just be sit and look.
Right. Just watching as a spectator.
Because I know that it took 45 minutes for them to go ahead and change the lights, and they went and said the lines again from a different angle. It was like, so it changes the whole process.
Do you get tired of all the emphasis put on... Because I'm sure you and I flew together one time. I'm sure. I know you remember. Of course he does. We took a flight together to Cancun. We sat next to each other. And we just chit-chatted about the FCC, and then I got, I just shame-spiraled and ran out of things to say. Sat there like a fucking idiot. You were being very engaging.
Sort of like now?
No, but I was actually surprised he was so, soft-spoken, nice dude.
Do you remember him?
I don't remember the actual trip.
Thank you. I just wanted to hear you say it.
What I do is I maintain a general respect for everybody. Regardless, because you don't know how important the person is you're talking to.
Well, in that case, the person you're talking to is not particularly important. But
no, but what I'm saying is, I don't know when I'm going to run into them.
Right.
Or what that person actually does. He could be somebody that I need in the future to help me move to the next level. And if you don't show that courtesy and respect, I've had the same situation happen, and the president of Lionsgate was sitting across from me in the actual airplane, and I didn't know he was the president of Lionsgate till I got to that point where I'm meeting him. But I recognized him from there. I said, yo, did we ride on a plane from New York to Los Angeles? He said, yeah. And I remember because he got a head full of white hair. Like, his whole hair is, white. So he was one of those guys that you look at and go, how the fuck does that happen? You know what I'm saying?
You're either really old or something scared the shit out of you. Yeah. So we were talking about the FCC and how hard it was to get videos and stuff done, and you were saying that there was all these problems that they were giving hip-hop with content. How tired are you to have to explain? You understand, it's not your responsibility or my responsibility to raise people's family for them. And how frustrating is that as a performer?
I think that, they'll ask in different positions. They'll ask the craziest questions. They'll try to place the weirdest responsibilities on entertainment. You know what I mean? Like, the pro athlete, because, their kids want to be those pro athletes and join them, they create dress codes.
Yeah.
Now you got to wear a suit. Period. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these guys come from environments they come from not having. So their tattoos read the same as mine. When they get on the court, you see things that reflect the same energy and the mentality that lives where I actually come from. But they got to wear a suit because it's mandatory now.
It's got to be ridiculous.
I know you had a problem with the billboard with the guns in your hand, I guess.
Yeah, when I was doing Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah.
And you know what it is? There's standards that are completely acceptable in different art forms. Like if I mention 007,
right?
What do you think of? The logo is the gun pointed at you.
Yeah.
If you think of Rambo, what is the highlight in that? What Terminator? All of these things, the gun is the star of the actual film.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So when you actually. Those things are acceptable in film to utilize for marketing purposes. When you think of, even what's the name? At the time it was Angelina and Brad was in the same movie, Mr. Smith.
Yeah.
And they had the guns out at the same time. And then nobody had an issue with that. The problem is they look at me and says, no, you don't understand. He fucking has that gun right now.
You might. I mean, it's true.
We're certainly all wondering.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Spielberg went back and took the guns. They computer generated E.T. and they put walkie-talkies in the H like that, so they wouldn't have guns.
Enough already.
A little silly.
How upset were you when McCain lost? Were you upset about that?
I wasn't.
You were upset about it.
Okay, I mean, but I'd like the taxes to be low. But
yeah, that's my big beef. I'm just like, I don't fall in that category of the people
What's
that
your
get
name,
a check
sweetheart?
back.
Heather? Your name? David? Yes. Why y'all get the chance to sit way back there like that?
Well, they're just listeners.
Huh?
Opie invited us in to see.
Oh,
they're listeners and they were sitting outside.
We have people
no, it's fine. I'm just trying to figure out why they had to be so far back over there.
We had bleachers outside with some.
Huh?
They make us sit back here. We're
Yeah.
not allowed up close.
No, we get a live audience every day.
I never did that before. Like with that color hair, it grows that color everywhere.
Well, it was at one point, but now.
Oh, it's clean as a baby. I understand. I understand.
You prefer it like that? I prefer it like that. I prefer it. Nothing there.
But I never saw that before. I was just saying.
Yeah, it's got to be,
no.
Well, we got to get them out of here.
Fiery red mane.
They all got their coats on outside.
Oh,
They're
the coats on.
panicking. Yeah, they want.
I enjoyed myself. This
Man.
definitely wasn't painful.
Very cool meeting you, man.
What are we promoting? Of course, the video game.
Yeah, the video game came out last night.
Blood on the Sand.
Yep. So
For
it's
PS3
out
and
in the
Xbox.
stores now.
Yep. 50cent.com.
Yep. This is 50.com. Y'all log on, check me out.
And you also got a show on the platform. It's on I think Eminem's channel, which is Shade 45.
Yeah.
It's which is Sirius 45, and here on XM it's 66. And it's Saturdays at 10 in the morning, Sundays at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's 50 cents G-Unit Saturdays.
Yeah, it's getting ready to change. It's getting ready to be Friday evening through till Monday.
Till
Monday. I'm
they're
getting
figuring shit out, aren't they?
They're making adjustments before I bail out.
Is it the same? Is it the same show replayed, or is it two different shows?
No, it's two different. It's all different programming. That's different people in here.
Right on, man.
Okay.
Hey, this was a pleasure. We liked this a lot. We're going
man.
to talk to you all day.
I enjoy myself. I got to stop by and kick it with y'all.
All right.
Yeah, we're
Sounds
here.
good.
All right.
All right, we're going to take a break. Opie and Anthony, thank you, sir.
Thanks, man.
Wow, that was really cool. 50 Cent, man.
He was great.
Could listen to him all day long. A motivational speaker, a businessman, a rap artist.
But he's great because he doesn't shy
And a
away.
scary motherfucker.
Wow.
Still.
He doesn't shy away from his past. He talks about it, which I like. It's like
Yep.
when Ludacris was in, he was too worried about that we were trying to fuck with him. And
no, he was worried about his image, his new image. He was trying to go Hollywood. It's like, all right, we get it.
Yeah, you're in a movie.
But he talks about what he's
Everything.
doing
That
and
was
his
very
music
cool.
and getting shot. It's like that's what you want a person to do. Just
Be open.
conversational.
Like,
Yeah,
like
it's
he
great.
was saying, he knows that what he did brought him where he is, so he's willing to talk about it, which is pretty cool because you usually get people, they fucking clam up, or their press people tell you don't talk about this. I mean, the guy's a businessman. He knows his shit.
And he
definitely knows his shit about
but
the
more
business.
importantly, he made something of himself. I was just saying that at 8 years old, his mom was killed. She was a drug dealer. At 12, he started selling drugs. Started boxing at 11 and rapping at 13. Brought up by his grandparents, and look at him. He's
shot 9
He's worth
times.
hundreds of millions of
Really?
dollars, that guy. Hundreds of millions. Easy.
But he did admit, though. I mean, you can have all the ideas. If you don't have the funds and the people around you, he said, because a lot of guys are like, yeah, man, I did it, and you feel like shit because it's like, oh, that guy did it all by himself. This is a guy who said, oh, look, I have an idea, now go call all these
Well, at first he had to do it himself to kind of get the ball rolling.
Yeah, right.
He didn't just
He had to
call up and go,
start
hi, I'm
somewhere.
a drug dealer. Can I have some lawyers and stuff? And, the guy had to...
Maybe the drug money.
now.
Maybe the drug
Yeah.
money led to his first big deal.
Well, now, of
Who knows?
course. But, now he's got enough capital to back up whatever he wants.
You got to know math when you're a drug dealer. You play Dope Wars?
Yeah.
A lot
You
of stuff.
got to,
You gotta know some math.
You got to know your numbers.
That water idea of his was just like
He came up. He didn't
Who
come.
didn't think of that? We should have thought of that.
Yeah, but he didn't think of the vitamin water. He just invested
No, he
in
invested in it.
He's so smart.
Yeah,
though.
but
I invested in.
They came
nothing.
up with a flavor for him. And he walked away with about $100 million in some estimates.
Get the hell out from that.
$100 million.
The
bottle.
The company was sold for like The company was sold for like 4-point-something billion, and he walked away with like $100 million. They're estimated.
Jesus. Yeah. Every wrong decision. When he came up to me in the hallway and said, "I loved you on Def Jam," though, it made my fucking day.
Yeah, sure he did.
Yeah.
Shut up.
For real.
No, he didn't say that.
Why wouldn't he say that? People
Why would he? I was
recognize
there.
his
I wouldn't say that.
Who could prove this?
Huh?
Who could prove this? We had a lot of people here. Seriously, who could prove this? Are you lying to us?
No.
You are so fucking lying. I can
I'm
see
not
the lying
lying.
boss face. You
I'm
do
not
this.
lying.
You do this.
Act.
Boss does
I'm not
this.
lying. Huh?
Yeah, I'll do the boss thing. I'm not lying.
No.
You lose emotion in your mouth when you're
Are you out
when
here?
you're
My
lying.
teeth are
that's
falling
just
out. I'm
lying.
losing. I'm
No,
not.
I bet you 50 really said that to
Yeah,
him.
what's the big deal?
He wouldn't remember
he was
you
5
on
when
Def
Boss did
Jam.
Def Jam.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
How long ago
So-
was that?
It was a while, but it's on
97,
video. He might have saw it on
97?
video. You know,
what? Yeah.
people recognize you guys all over. What's the big
I get it
deal?
all the time.
He
but I
was
mean-
on a plane with the guy and he didn't fucking remember
And
him.
that was only a little while
He's
ago.
going to remember you on Def
No,
Jam.
that was
He just
6 years
saw it.
ago. We flew together 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Are you
6
feeling
years.
needy?
No, not at all. I swear
He
to God.
really said that.
Yeah, why? Who would make something like that?
You.
Okay, so 50 recognized you, but thank God Russell Simmons didn't.
I know.
Nothing made me happier than when Russell Simmons
Yeah.
had no idea who he was.
I still will not believe that Fitty knew you.
I will. He probably saw it on DVD. He's right. What are you going to do? Scare me with your fart? Please, little girl.
He just
Please.
gets up and farts right
Please.
in Jimmy's.
I will.
Jimmy's
All right, now they're
I
saying
won't justify that with a fucking eye blink.
now they're saying he made $450 to $500 million off that
On just the
vitamin
water?
water deal.
That's insane.
The number I got in front of me was $100 million. So,
Yeah, me too.
but a lot of people saying $400 to $500 million.
What I don't understand is that rapper that went after him, the new guy, like
Rick Ross, yeah.
he's an established. Obviously, he's 50 Cent. Why would some newcomer? That's like an open micer going after you, and they're not going to stand a chance.
When we were growing up in the dumb radio world, you go after the guys above you. Because then if those guys talk about you, usually that helps you if you have talent. But what he was saying is
Nord's a piece of shit.
He was saying that this guy's so fucking bad, it doesn't matter that people now know who he is.
Did you just shush me?
Yes, because I'm trying to make a
I was trying to make a joke.
Yeah, well, he made the point. You didn't make
But
the
I'm just
joke.
saying, but it was important to what he was saying, though. Because a lot of times, yeah, if you talk about a newcomer, you could actually really help the guy if that person has talent. But what he was saying, I heard it loud and clear, this guy sucks. It doesn't matter that everyone now knows who he is. They will now look at him and go, wow, look, he sold no fucking units. That was a really good point.
He addressed that guy. I don't know enough about rap to know if Rick Ross is good or if he's terrible. But I mean, he addressed him the way you'd want a powerful guy to address a guy who's way lower on the ladder, which is to call him out and address it. He didn't hide like these fucking faggot program directors in radio go, don't mention the name. Whatever.
Yeah.
He didn't give a shit.
Right.
He came right out. He gave the guy, hey, if the guy sucks, he sucks. You'll see that he sucks.
Right.
And I respect that.
He flew his ex-wife in and
Dude,
took her out.
not his ex-wife, but his baby's mother. He flew her in, took her fur coat shopping, bought her fur coats,
He took her to
Gucci bag.
Because he can.
But he actually said it in the first video he made. He actually explained. He was like, "Look, you're gonna come out. You're gonna get a little publicity right now, but it's gonna hurt you because it's gonna all go downhill, and you're gonna be nobody in around 6 months. This is gonna hurt you more than it is. But okay." Then he goes, "Okay, but if you want to do this, I got some time off." He goes, "I have to go away for this weekend to drop some tracks with Dre. I'm coming back on Monday, and I'm going to fuck up your life."
Fuck up your life.
He goes, "I have the money, and I'm going to..." Then they start showing all... He had his lawyers go get fucking documents about this guy's life. About, him, and he got the photos of him.
That's some hardcore shit.
Oh, dude.
He probably hired a PI. I mean, when you get
He
that
had
kind
his
of-
lawyers. His lawyers got all the stuff. He said it.
Why doesn't somebody tell Biden he's got dirt on his head? This Ash Wednesday thing is really... you should be able to wash it off the second they put it on. It's like they put it on, you go into the bathroom.
What's the reason to keep it there?
I don't know.
There's got to be a reason.
They're all looking. When I was in the mall once, and because I'm a Jew, I didn't realize I was in the mall.
Yeah, are you?
And I saw this guy coming at me with this big ash on from far away. I go, "Oh, look how horrible that mole is!" And then I saw
then he
his
realized it was
sister.
Aaron Neville, that he was right.
And then his sister, I had the same one. I'm going, "What are the odds that
two moles,
two moles in one family?"
So he did that to to what's his name, the rap guy there. Were you done?
Oh, with the he fucked him up, dude.
He didn't. But what he did was embarrassing.
Yeah.
But I almost like the fact that he didn't try to fuck her. Like he didn't humiliate her. Like he didn't use her. Like I'm sure he probably could have, but he didn't do that. It was almost like. He just kind of showed him, like, you're a little fucking whatever. I can do what I want to do. It's almost like he's letting him know, like, I could have fucked your ex-woman if I wanted to. Like, that's the vibe I got. But he didn't.
Yeah,
I meant
he
to ask
showed
him
he
about
could
that.
have if he really wanted to.
I'd fuck him. He's got $400 million. Who wouldn't?
The only thing
I don't mean that.
Would you be a cuckold and service him?
Out of respect just for his fame,
him?
sure, why not? I wouldn't prep him, but I'd let him prep my chick. I wouldn't care. I wouldn't prep him, but I'd let him.
He'd destroy you.
Would you rub cocoa butter on his bullet wounds?
No, I'm not a fucking homo.
The only thing we didn't ask him about was that house that went up in flames on
I thought of it and
Long
forgot.
Island.
What was that?
No, we were going to try to ask him everything, but they started rushing us through the interview.
Shit happens.
He's probably doing a lot of
Very suspicious fire out there on Long Island.
Was house burnt down?
One of his exes was living there.
They said that. I think she accused him of doing it because she said he didn't want her.
Yeah, maybe we could get the news story because
she wouldn't move out.
Patrice actually told me an interesting fact. I don't know the exact details, but the reason why he can't, like this guy can't fly 50's his baby's mama in and do the same thing, is that he was paying her like $500,000 a year in alimony or child support, whatever it was, whatever it is, and he took himself to court, and they said, okay, you're going to pay child support. This is what it is, but it was much lower than $500,000 a year that he legally had to pay. But he continues to give her $500,000 a year. So if she fucks up, he has papers that say, "All right, well there you go. There's fucking 20 grand a year."
Right.
Fucking brilliant. This guy's
So
brilliant.
So yeah, fucking genius.
Hardcore.
But if plus, you know another reason that wouldn't have worked, because they're not two guys. It's not like when him and Kanye West were arguing, where they're both really rich, really famous dudes. This Rick Ross guy is just not. I mean, he might even be a good rapper. He's just not as known. You can't afford. If you're 50's ex, I don't care how much you like him or hate him. You don't fucking try to humiliate a guy making $400 million.
You can't
do it.
You
for a
can't
guy who
compete
makes
against
X amount. There's just no reason.
Yeah.
Unless you don't give a fuck.
No, but who
Does he call
like,
the videos Officer Ricky on that site?
Yeah,
Officer Ricky.
There's a
shit. He doesn't want to be an officer anymore. He's supposed to be this new character, a drug dealer.
But the backdrop of his website is actually
Check out the
photos.
Officer Ricky videos.
Check out the backdrop.
Can you put that up? I want to see this.
The wallpaper on his website is photos of this guy accepting his commendation to be a fucking corrections officer, and him holding his ex-wife.
I'd imagine that's
in
not
the
good in the
coat.
hip-hop community to be.
No, corrections officer?
No kid, I know. I'm just making. He made this for the show.
Hey, yo, what's up? Yo, it's the Kid 50 Cent. You're now listening to my pal. That's what they told me to say. You're now listening to my homie, Lil Johnny Newton. Neutron. Norton?
Little Johnny Neutron. Oh my God, I laughed at that though. Little Johnny Neutron.
That's your new name. Little Johnny Neutron. What's up? I hope everybody at this show fucking saw me.
Is that fantastic?
Hey, yo, what's up? Yo, it's the Kid 50 Cent. You're now listening to my pal. That's what they told me to say. You're now listening to my homie, Lil Johnny Newton. Neutron. Norton? Fucking fuck, I can't read no more, y'all. Little Jimmy Neutron. Norton. Why keeps Jimmy Neutron's the thing, right? Norton. What up? It's the Kid 50 Cent. You're now tuned into the sounds of me and my man Jimmy Norton.
There you go.
Yeah, but that's, to be honest with you, if you ever wonder
funny
why I will stay for the record until the day I really am a monumental nobody.
Jimmy Neutron.
He had it in front of him.
Jimmy Neutron.
He had it in front of him. He talked to me. I just don't resonate with people.
D-Rock, when we finished up, he kept saying, he's like, I kept looking at the guy. I kept thinking of him as the cartoon.
Neutron. Oh, is that fucking good?
Do you have the photos? I want to see the
hang
photos.
on, I'm getting it
If they're
for you.
blurry, I'm going to bite your stomach and tits.
With Voss's teeth.
Too good.
That's good. Yeah, you better send those motherfuckers over to me. I want to put them on my Facebook, motherfucker.
I already got one with 50.
I need some
It's all bad.
cred. I need some cred on my fucking Facebook book, yo.
And Sam promised.
Oh, look at this fucking. Look at that fat load of shit.
And he's a rapper? Oh, please.
Wow.
Oh, his name is William Roberts?
I guess.
But look at him. He's like, he's
That's
shaking
him.
that little skinny
KeepItReal.com.
lady's hand. Wow, that's
That's him.
something.
Let's say hi to Luke in Los Angeles. Luke.
Hey, it's nice to see such progress, especially in Black History Month. I mean, the guy went from a thug on the street to he's out up in the mountains drinking. What's he drinking? Champagne cocktail.
He made something of his life, that's for sure. It's amazing.
Did you guys enjoy the interview?
Yeah, I did actually.
Yeah, I liked it.
Good for you.
Guys dropping all kinds of sounds on us, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Hey, where's that carbonite? We got to get that out of the way. What's the
Carbonite.
I'm hungry.
Carbonite.
People are losing their hard drive all the
Oh
time.
my
right?
God! If
Losing everything.
you're a monumental douche.
It happened to Danny. It almost happened to me.
Yeah, you
There's somebody else
cannot-
that it happened to recently.
What's on your computer right now? You got photos.
You're a wife.
Important files.
She did. You said that's who lost her stuff.
Right.
Honestly, yeah. We had hundreds of photos.
Yeah,
hundreds
of photos.
I'd be more bummed about that than anything else.
And when you don't, oh God, Jimmy is deep throating a banana. If you don't back these things up, if you have a hard drive crash, you lose them.
Right.
And with Carbonite.com,
this is a brilliant idea.
Backs it up automatically.
And it backs it up online. This is brilliant because most people like, I'll back up my stuff the next week, next month. Maybe I'll get the backup.
Now I got
hard
too
drive
much
today.
shit to back up. It's going to take too long.
And we're
blah,
all
blah,
lazy
blah.
and stupid.
Yep.
So you sign up with Carbonite and you forget about it. And next thing you know, it's automatically, like Ann said, backing up your shit online.
Yep.
In a safe locale.
That's it.
And what else they want us to mention here? If you don't think it'll happen to you, of course it's going to happen.
That the price is amazingly inexpensive.
Oh, there
when
it is.
When you weigh it against your beloved photos and priceless files.
It's only $50 a year.
A year? Did you say a year or a
year.
month?
$50 a year. That's it.
Wow, because that's something you'd pay $50 a month for.
And then if you go there, Carbonite.com, CARBONITE.com, enter offer code XM to sign up for your free trial, and you're going to get 2 free months. So fuck, it's cheap already. But then, then they're going to throw 2 free months at you. Carbonite.com, offer code XM. There you go. Protect your priceless files today at Carbonite.com. There we go. Opie and Anthony with a whole bunch of people today. Of course, Jim Norton's here. You also got Rich Voss, who's doing comics this Friday night for us.
Yep.
Trying to find the funniest O&A listener. It's going to be a good time at comics on Friday, and Voss is going to be the master of ceremonies. And then you're going up to Basil. Sweet Basil?
Sweet Basil's in...
Basils.
By the way, Matt LaFar from
Sweet
Queensbury,
Basil.
he's like, they're doing a horrible job promoting you because he just found out about it today.
I'm
And
gonna
he
call
goes
him
and
to find
sees
out.
all you guys when you're up that way.
How are they going to determine the funniest listener? How are they going to get these?
We're judges.
No, I mean, what are they just going to show up, or is there a
We're supposed to pick like 10 or something.
10 of them beforehand?
Yeah. We got to do that today, actually. Yeah. So, and Bobby's going to go to Chicago this weekend.
I'm going to fly into Chicago. Wow. I'm not going to walk.
Are you guys scared to fly?
No,
a lot of planes going
I flew
down
the other day.
No.
I got to go to La La Land soon.
Still the safest form of transportation. Shut up.
Well, the Turkish flight, now there's 9 dead. There's no Sully situation over there in Turkey. Or Amsterdam, actually, right?
Well, the plane broke apart.
Broke apart.
How would you ever fly
9
one of those
dead
planes?
in the Turkish plane crash now. And
planes-
50 were injured.
They get the engines that are on the upside down on the wing. the fucking engines are placed weird on the plane. There's 3 engines on the back of the fucking plane.
The DC-10, those old
Oh, yeah, there's fucking Russian shit planes.
Aeroflot. Old Aeroflot planes.
I saw one of those break in half.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Great.
We sell all our planes to everybody else.
Yep. Yeah.
When we decide
We're
they're
done
not
with
too
these.
safe to fly anymore. Here you go. Have our leftovers.
Do you know what? Excellent point that I have to make right now, which is that Value Jet was a lot of old Turkish planes. It's funny how it all ties in with Turkey.
I think you're lying.
No, that is actually true. Value Jet, which became Air Trent, was
Yes.
old Turkish planes.
I want to go to
What are we
Turkey.
buying old Turkish planes for?
Yeah.
I don't know, because they gobble when you fly them.
How do they go?
Oh,
Boo. Boo. Turkey. Hey, we got a lot of comedians in the studio, so the funniest listener contest you were talking about, I got some samples. You want to hear a couple of these guys and see what we're thinking here?
Yes, we do. Bobby's got his pencil and paper out.
Ready?
What'd you say?
Nothing.
This is Glenn Ween, W-E-I-N-S.
I want to tie his scarf to a fucking bumper and drive away.
Oh.
That actually happened to a lady. Her head got lopped off. She used to wear these long scarves with a convertible, and it wrapped in the wheel and lopped her fucking head off.
Really?
Yeah. It's an old actress. True story. True story.
It really is true.
No, it's actually true. Actually,
you're talking about the actress that lost her head, Jane Mansfield, right?
She lost part of her head, not her whole head.
Yeah,
just the top of her head.
And it was in an accident, but it has nothing to do with the scarf.
That's not who I'm talking about.
Who are you talking about?
I was talking about
Joan
Joan Jett.
Vic Morrow.
Joan Jett is now dead.
Oh, no, she is not.
No, she's not.
That's
Sally Jessica Fields.
We'll find the story. That scarf. I don't know if it was a famous person.
Go to
Snopes.
Go to Snopes. Put in scarf decapitation.
That might have happened. That's not that crazy, though. I mean...
No, there's something like that.
It has never
I don't think it was
a motorcycle, maybe. Oh no, she get yanked off.
It never.
It happened. I'll bet you 55 cents.
Right.
I have it right here.
Yes. What does it say?
I'll bet you
I'll
55
tell you
cents.
if I can X out of all the pop-ups, I'll let you know.
Is that from
Bet me
going to a
first.
certain website?
More than
I'm going to
anything in the
Snopes.
world.
Oh, God.
Why would somebody give me change 4 quarters?
That makes
Maybe
a
you handed
dollar.
him a dollar.
Let's just give me a fucking dollar.
Maybe made 2 trips.
Maybe they only had 4 quarters.
the fuck kind of people are they?
Go one place for the banana, one place for the fucking coffee. What do you want from me?
What's the deal with the scarf? Is it for warm or is it for show?
Yeah, fashion.
Is it for warm?
To keep you warm or is it for show?
Is
What are you,
for
just
warm
backing out
or
on some
show?
words? So you fucking
I'm tired, man. I'm cutting loose on cutting back on words.
Is it for
Cuts
warm?
back on words. He throttles back the words.
I'm cutting back. Is it for show? or is
Scarf
it for
good, warm, show.
Go.
This
It's for warm. It's for warm and it's for show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for warm show.
Fucking makes me sick.
Why does a scarf make you sick?
you look like you
look
should
like
be
the
on a
Tin Man.
sidecar.
Fucking bugs me.
Sidecar.
Like some with some like.
You look like you should be in a boxcar.
Fuck you.
Me? Oh, I get it.
You look.
Oh, I get it.
You don't look that good either. You look
I'm
like
not
a fucking
saying. I'm not saying. I'm
put a
not
little weight
cracking
on
on
you.
you.
Cinderella man.
No, I lost weight. What are you talking about?
I know, Norton.
Did you
have
quit
fucking-
smoking yet? Did you quit
You have
smoking
the
again?
fucking fashion sense of a fucking teen suicide.
I know.
You stink.
I look good. Can't help it.
You look good. I can't
You're
help it.
fucking 40 and you're still wearing hoodies with
I have the
logos.
same sneakers from 4 years ago.
So what?
I was there when you got them.
I know. What's that?
That was good.
He still has the same act from 4 years ago.
2.5.
You spilled coffee in your blue shirt. Good. Wish it was acid.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Did you quit
Don't
smoking
burn.
yet? You quit
No,
smoking?
I didn't quit smoking.
Why don't you guys attack him like you attack me? Quit smoking.
We don't care if he dies.
They care about you.
We're hoping
We've
his
already-
scarf will catch fire.
We've already had this discussion. Yes.
I'd love you to flick a cigarette and it gets caught in your scarf and your head and face are fucking 3rd degree burned. You gotta do your act.
Keep going.
3rd degree
Want a period
burned.
in there somewhere?
You know, I got a different point of view on life now.
Oh, it's all sensitive and Jesus-y.
Yeah, it's all positive. You know, it's funny. 2 Jews walk into a bar. Vinegar.
You get different priorities in your life. Before I don't know if you've noticed, but I had an accident. Trying to get like the audience to laugh.
They
at
actually
your
have to,
tragedy.
they have to stick the microphone in my crumpled up hand that's burned together.
Here he goes. Want to bring out a very courageous man, very funny, very courageous comedian. Let's bring him out right now, Bobby Kelly. And then you just hear like the crowd's talking about it under their breath, and then you get out there and go, "You might have seen me before my act when I was just, Bobby Kelly, but since my accident." And it's all about your accident. They just burn you. They're up there with no ears, no eyelids.
I always have 2 fingers sticking out because that's the last 2 I have.
Oh, nervous titters from the audience.
Yeah. Or his opening line would be, no, I don't need chopstick.
Oh, yeah. There's got to be some self-deprecating. My face is burnt
How about
off.
this? He'd have a really bad curly wig on.
My second line, is it hot in here?
Or is it my face?
Yeah.
Excuse me, I got to put a Visine into my eyes every 5 seconds.
I tell you, folks, now when somebody says you're fired, I look for water to jump into.
I beg, could I please just be laid off this time? Gives you a different perspective.
Stop, drop, and roll.
And then when he leaves, it's just got to be, remember, just take care of everybody, because you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. You just fucking awful act. I hate Burn Bobby.
My last line is, I quit smoking when I started smoking.
That'd actually be a good bird face joke.
Yeah. I wish you would get burned.
Burn Bobby.
In a gas fire.
Burn Bobby stinks. I wouldn't see you anywhere.
How great would Bobby be in a grease fire?
Oh, God forbid. Take all this back. There's some fucking listener right now going, I'll fucking do it. I'll fucking do it for whack bag. I'll fucking do it. Guys, do it now.
Bobby, you were right about the scarf death, by the way. So
I was.
What? You could take that home with you.
What happened?
55 cents, you fucking hung Italian.
I want to know who it is.
It wasn't Jane Mansfield. It's somebody named, I never heard of her before. Her name is Isadora Duncan.
Yep. Isadora Duncan?
Yeah, I knew it wasn't.
That's what they were doing with her head afterwards. Duncan.
Two Jews walk into a salve store. I can't laugh my face. Oh, it hurts to laugh.
I jerk off with Vaseline again.
There's nothing worse than a burn victim wig. They always look wrong.
No, but I walk
with a wig on.
You can't get a natural hairline when it's just scab.
I walk up on stage and I take it off and put it on the mic stand like a hat.
Here we go, folks. Let's get this out of the way. I had a burn accident. When I was in the hospital for the 9 months,
I'm not winking at you, sir. My eyelid is burnt shut.
Skin falls off.
His
awful drawn-on fucking lashes.
With every CD you buy, you get a piece of skin.
His fucking drawn-on lashes.
How are the mozzarella sticks? That reminds me, my fingers were burnt off.
Good thing is, I can throw away all my toenail cutters.
They're grafting all the skin from a healthy part of my body. There's 3 square inches of my lower back that wasn't injured.
They're going to harvest it and plant it on my head.
Yeah, a guy called me an asshole face. I was like, you're right.
I can't hear you, sir. I don't have ears anymore. I wrestled with fire and lost.
I only need Q-tips that are half an inch long. Burn Bobby sucks.
Yeah, I know. I look like the robot from the fucking News of the World cover. Queen.
Why do we make the face if it's radio?
I don't know. Why do we both sound like Ted? I'm Ted the bird victim. I was injured in fire.
Oh, God damn.
I thought that new cologne was Gazzoli. Put it
on. Gazzoli.
That was a very big, fancy applicator.
Big gas.
Gazzoli.
Gazzoli.
I had to rub a scrub brush over my skin. It was very unpleasant.
Gazzoli. He made an Italian cologne.
My whole body was prone to infection for 8 months.
That would really blow, though. Have to watch a comic with a burned face.
Eyes always wide.
Staring at you.
His arm is always bent. And his wrist is always crooked like a T-Rex.
Trying that self-deprecating humor, but just making the audience go, "Oh, bring out the next guy, please." I hope I'm just hoping for a girl comic to come out. No offense to Bonnie, unless she's burned. That would be funny, too. No, teasing, of course.
There was a comic that they used to do. He was in a wheelchair or something. You know who I'm talking about? Chris something. He had like several palsies.
Reeves?
Whatever. He would do these college.
My new name is Chris P. And on my joke, it's yours. So look at me, Chris P.
All right. Shit. Chris P. I'm fucking. I don't get it. That's great. I'm a fucking moron.
I love it.
I love it. Yo.
No, he's laughing. He got it. He got it.
He's a fucking pisser.
When they say, "How do you like your steak?" I always say, "As rare as possible."
I like it in Hamburg form so I can eat it.
Yes, and then put eyes in it so people think it's me.
Stupid burnt comic.
Cracking up.
It looks like Mr. Potato Head.
Look at him. He got it. He's cracking up.
Oh, yeah.
So
okay about the fucking wheelchair.
You guys are on a roll. This is just a dumb story about fucking... No, you guys are on a roll.
Courageous.
Yes, bring out a courageous young man.
Yes. Sunglasses taped to his head.
You might recognize him running down the street going...
It's funny. You might recognize your next act if you've had nightmares.
If you've seen any one of the Elm Street horror movies.
I can't wear my green and red sweater anymore. That'd be that long.
I wore a fedora and I kids would scream.
It's just fucking horrible. What an awful
I love that his mouth. My mouth is just burnt shut.
It's probably like in a little circle that looks just like a puckered asshole. Because your lips don't no longer distinguish the skin from your lips and your fucking face.
The kids love me because I can blow bubbles out of this hole in my mouth.
You'd be a great ventriloquist. Yeah.
A what? A what?
Ventriloquist.
A what?
Ventriloquist, I said.
Yeah.
Ventriloquist.
Ventriloquist?
Come out with a burnt dummy, too. It's just charred wood.
Well, the dummy's healthy and it's just
a big match. With googly eyes that just go up and down when I talk. It just responds with eyes.
You're petrified of them. It's your whole act.
But your chest is okay, so you always wear like a really open shirt.
To show the skin that's all right?
Yeah, to try to show the pink, healthy skin.
Both of my nipples are burnt. One looks like a melted pyramid.
There's a melted Hershey's Kiss on you. Good one.
My fucking sunglasses are taped to my head.
Yeah. Ears
I had to use a coat hanger to keep my fucking sunglasses on.
Well, you have to put the fucking monocle in like Mr. Peanut because you have the same amount of hair. With a hat, your wig, which is so obviously a wig from across the street.
Just mold sunglass holders with silly putty on the side of your head. Just hold them on.
Like a jet black wig. It looks like Elliot Gould's hair in the mid-'70s. Completely doesn't work for him.
Yeah, they never have straight hair wigs. Burn Victims has always got the curly-haired wigs.
They always look like hats. Burn victim wigs should all have fucking Met logos on them. Terrible.
Bathing caps.
Let's say,
sorry.
Talking about the wheelchair comic, Ryan in Canada has something. Ryan, what's up?
Hey, that guy in the wheelchair with cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
He's the funniest comedian out there. He comes out, he pulls himself out, and he's like, "Hello, everybody. I am from Colorado.
Yeah.
And when people ask me, do you ski?" He fucking checks out his wheelchair. He's like, "I tell them I fucking snowboard, you fucking moron."
Make his own cricket noise.
He drops the fucking joke a little better than I do.
You like that guy, huh?
You couldn't have told it worse.
Yeah.
But no, he's really good. He goes into a fucking choke scene. He starts throwing his arms around. He says, I'm token and no one helps me, but I accidentally proposed to a deaf woman. She's really nice, but she never listens to me.
He's got the same voice.
Holy shit! This sounds horrible.
I've never
What's
actually.
his name, Ryan?
Chris something, right?
What's that?
What's his name? The guys are trying to find in the system.
I can't think what his name is. I've seen him on Just for Laughs back in Montreal there.
Well, yeah,
I get huge.
I can't get hired there, but some guy that's drooling himself.
I hope he gets into another accident and actually cures him, and then right after that happens and he walks like one step, he gets into another accident and then it fucking puts him back in a wheelchair.
That's your hope? That's your hope in life?
That's my hope in life.
This guy, anyhow, he'll do showcases like college showcases, and you know how those things. And when he's on stage, you know, they come out and they go crazy. They love him, you know.
Sure they
and then
do.
he doesn't get one college after it because he says people are too uncomfortable to have me. But they're so politically correct and they laugh. And then, you know,
There was a guy in Boston.
Nobody wants to build a ramp.
He used to run his own show, and he brought me out there at this shit redneck racist bar, and he was in a wheelchair. He used to write all his jokes on his legs because he couldn't feel them.
Oh, shit.
I swear to God, his legs had
Like
all those
scrimshaw.
Last minute, you're just carving jokes in your legs.
And the owner of the bar was this fucking just redneck Boston fucking piece of shit. And he's like, he's shit-faced. He goes, all right, we're going to start this fucking show. I'm going to bring out this guy. He's in a fucking wheelchair. You know how it happened? He was emptying a fish tank out of the window, and it pulled him out, and he fucking snapped his neck. And then he looks at the guy and goes, why don't you just let go of the fucking fish tank, moron?
Oh, shit.
Who books that club?
Yeah.
And
then he comes wheeling up.
For all the laughs that they get.
We used to forget about him at Nick's Comedy in Boston. It's like 2 stories up, and there's a big window. Me, Patrice, and Burr would always leave and go over to Dominic's to get pizza after the show. Then we'd look up and we'd just see this dude in a wheelchair fogging up the window because he has nobody to help him down the stairs.
Oh, God, that's
holy shit!
Jesus.
It's amazing. Like, I don't know, comedians, you just don't want to be reminded of shit like that.
Just learn how to fucking go downstairs. I've seen people do it.
Attaboy.
Get a Segway.
I want burn victim comics or wheelchair comics. I like a comedian to just stand there and be fucking funny. That's
right. Amusing.
I want my comedian.
I want my comedian. Look, when I hire a fucking jester, a court jester, I want jingly shoes.
Yeah, I don't want to see your fucking arm twitch every fucking 14 seconds. I have to pretend like it's not happening. Like it's not bugging me. Yeah, but fucking, I have a ponytail. Fucking fuck you.
You can't even understand the fucking words sometimes. Yeah.
I think we got a clip of this guy. You got a clip of that guy, Chris? They're saying his name's Chris Fonseca?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Really?
I never met him. He's probably, I never met the guy.
We got a clip there, bro.
50 drool on this microphone.
Something quick? Oh, you're trying to find it? All right.
Yeah, here he is.
Shut the fuck up. Here we
Shut
go.
the fuck up. I'm having kind of a bad day. My wife is pissed at me.
Foss?
The crowd's clapping because they're not him.
My wife is pissed at me because she went to a psychic. The psychic told her that I'm having an affair. That's the last time I boned a psychic.
Holy shit.
It's not bad.
It's not a bad joke if you didn't instantly think he can't get a rod because he's in a wheelchair or something. Reality sinks
Not
in.
only did she tell, she charged me $3.99 a minute.
Oh, God. The tag takes fucking 10 minutes. Fuck.
The bad news is I only paid $3.99.
Talk about your legs.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Talk about those sunflower roots below your waist.
My wife is always on me for something. About a week ago, she sent me to the store to buy Cosmopolitan.
Oh, God.
I came home with a box with 3 kinds of ice cream.
Wow, that's a stretch. More than he can do with his legs.
Should have brought home 3 Heine shoes. New, worthless, and useless.
I didn't know.
Fucking his joke. What a normal comic would take fucking 2 seconds. It takes him 12 minutes to tell one joke.
But you can't attack a handicapped guy.
Yes, you can.
And rape him.
Fuck this guy.
No. You gotta wait for his tag is like a fucking minute.
You know you're going to see that. You know you're going to see that.
Well, suck in some spit and spit it out.
You don't know you're going to see that.
I'm on his
Sometimes
side.
you go to a comedy club and they
You're on his side. What can he do for you?
Nothing.
What does he got, a room somewhere?
Yeah, what do you want to carry him on stage and be a helper?
Yeah,
what's he gonna do for you?
It's a hillbilly bar in Boston.
Who does he know? Who does he know?
He doesn't know anybody. It's just
He's
got
to know someone.
Dude, somebody
I'm the
can
one
do
who brought
something
up
for
the
you.
story. No one can do anything for me at this point.
That is true. That's true. You're absolutely right. Your
All
teeth
right, I'm
fell out.
done. All right, I know it. I want to buy one of those little RVs and just travel around, do some one-nighters.
You are a
and play
little
golf.
RV.
But
That's so stupid.
So he can't do anything for me.
Why are you sticking up for him?
Because he's handicapped,
really
and I don't attack. I don't. Just no
You don't
reason for me
attack
to
who?
Handicap.
You
people.
attack everybody.
Oh, shut up.
On
Why? Because you're one of
stage
them?
is different. On stage is different.
Come on.
So
The fucking guy, and you don't pay to see that. Sometimes you go to a comedy club and they wheel some fucking guy out.
Well,
and you're
do
like,
fucking research.
God.
I hate when people come.
Research.
Yeah, go.
Sometimes you go to see Rich Voss, and the opener fucking is some guy, chick comic or some bullshit.
What research do you do?
Call
Do you
my wife.
Hey, what research do you do? Do you call up and go, hey, does my comic have legs tonight?
You go out
Does my comic have motor
Excuse
skills?
me. Is the comic get to park right out front tonight?
Yes.
I just.
Dude, fuck. You know what, dude? It makes me uncomfortable.
I know, he's fucking got something
It's
going
the
on
fact
with that
that
guy.
Nothing going on.
they get instant credit.
No, that's
because
true.
They get instant credit because they're fucking handicapped.
Okay, and so do
why they call it a handicap.
So do black comics because they're black. So do
Black
guys. now.
comics don't get
Are
way.
you crazy?
I've
In
seen
black
shitty black
and-
comics that don't get any
In
response.
white, listen, in fucking white guilt rooms,
Yep, always.
you're fucking wrong. Black comics get whatever. All
Okay.
right, you got Dane Cook. Everybody has something.
You got
okay?
Barney.
I got nothing. I got Barney. Okay.
Send your baby. Stop
Here's
fixing your teeth. Just
I
take
just
them
don't
out.
want them to fall out.
Let them take them out.
And you're right. You're right. You hate comics and you hate to have a what do you call it, an edge on things or whatever. But the fact that he's doing it, what the fuck? Do you want him just to sit in a corner?
Dude, you know, I'll tell you, yes.
Exactly.
I want not even sit,
When I can't
lie.
see a dark corner.
Like a crumpled pile of clothes.
Dude, I'll tell you what it is. It's like it's watching somebody like that. It has to bug you.
Yes.
It's like when someone's giving a speech and they have like a hard candy in their mouth.
Yeah.
It just bugs you because it's coming to the
clacking off their
microphone.
teeth.
Exactly.
Yeah, but nobody's
Waiting
made to go.
25 seconds for a tag to the same joke.
You're right.
Yeah,
Ponderous.
and then you got to wait for
My
the.
wife. As he was telling us, all I was thinking of is his limp dick that is just fucking useless now that he's in the wheelchair. And he's talking about his wife who just wants fucking cock.
I'm not.
That's all I'm thinking about. And I'm sad for the guy.
And you wanna give it
I'm
to
not,
us.
I'm not fucking laughing.
And you
I'm
want-
not saying he's funny. I'm not saying.
I'm not
agreeing.
Yeah,
that
but
he's
you
funny.
know,
I'm
you have to
saying.
pick him up and help him.
If I
What's
told
that?
those jokes, dude, I would be. You guys would ban me out of
we
fucking
ban you
business.
for what you tell now.
We
It doesn't matter. And you're not
That's true.
crippled.
That's very
All
true.
right?
Cripple you
You're
so your
hard to look
material's
at, but
funny.
you're not
Sometimes I
crippled.
don't think those things through, but you're absolutely right. I do get banned for that.
We give him another.
He's sucking up to this guy.
I'm not
Fucking-
saying. I don't know.
Yeah,
the guy.
I guarantee you.
Why don't we give him another shot? We got
What's
a
he gonna do?
Walmart.
Give
We
me
got
a
a
ride
Walmart
somewhere?
bit. We can
Oh,
play.
I would love to
Hold
listen
on,
to this.
hold on.
A
Let's
little
give him
more?
another shot because that was one bit.
A Walmart bit?
E-Rock says this one's terrific. It's
right.
his Walmart bit.
I had one of the weirdest experiences at the Walmart here in Grand Forks because while I was there, they brought a van load of disabled people in to like have lunch or whatever, and that's cool that they have that service and stuff. But as they were coming in, I was going out. Some guy came up and said, "Get in the van."
I couldn't even hear the joke. What's the goodness?
I couldn't even hear the joke. It was a barn burner.
Oh, now I'm glad I have this scarf.
Jimmy,
Dude, that fucking made my eyes water.
I cut a gas
Bobby's sitting in his chair with his head kind of down, I think, listening to the cripple's act.
I was listening to somebody try to swallow every 3 seconds.
And Jimmy pulls his pants down and just lays one right in his face and then slowly walks it over to
But Bobby wasn't looking.
No, Bobby's face. He made a face.
I felt like I got stabbed.
And now the entire studio smells so fucking bad.
Oh, boy.
I don't know why that is funny. It shouldn't be.
Voss, are you wearing high heel sneakers?
No, these are fucking.
Yeah.
Tripping over the same Joe.
Holy shit, we couldn't get to that one quick enough.
Oh, yeah.
High heels.
Yeah.
So
Makes you taller.
Boss, I got nothing against the guy, but I just you can't tell me that these people aren't sitting there in their heads going, okay, wait, stop. They're going, everybody in the crowd's going, he's disabled. Let him talk. Let him talk. Just be patient, Bobby. Everybody in their head's like, just let him talk. Wait. Okay, that's funny. If you understand, I mean,
no, I know exactly what you're saying. I know, and I'm saying people are. I'm saying the fact that
I want to know what room he said he's going to fucking book you in.
There's nothing
what
going
Canadian
on
tour are you trying to work
There's
out?
no way Voss would be this nice for no reason.
Where's he from? Where's he from?
I don't. The guy said he's from Colorado. The call.
So what club are you trying to get in?
None. I don't. I get in one time.
There's an ulterior motive for here.
There's none whatsoever.
You
never hear me.
Boss either hates you or loves you.
I don't attack.
It's either you can't give him something or he can give you something.
We're not attacking handicapped people.
Yeah, I mean,
fucking ramen noodle legs just isn't funny.
I'm not saying he's funny or not funny.
Callous knuckles.
Hey, listen, rough handshake.
Yeah, leave weightlifter gloves alone.
Oh, shit.
What?
Shut up, would you?
Just shut your fucking mouth and just tell us what he can do for you.
No one can do it.
What's he going to do?
Leave broken Hummel spine alone.
Not only is he... I just know what it's like to grow up with a disability, so
That's called, you're retarded. That's not a disability.
That's a choice, you fucking douche.
No, I have a speech impediment, and it didn't get in my way.
It's not you don't have a speech impediment.
Yes, I do. His mouth works.
I talk too fast.
No, really, Dr. fucking Bob?
Dr. Bob. Fucking head. Don't call me Dr. Bob, dude. What the fuck, dude? That's taking it too far.
That implies education.
I'm not a doctor, and you call me one. What the fuck,
I'm
boss?
sorry. You're right. You're 100% right.
Fucking Jew.
All right. Jesus, why would you call me a Jew when I don't practice?
I'm sorry. You're right. Dude, bite this coin without your teeth. I want to see that. Tell me if it's real.
Oh, that had to hurt when they filed that shit down, huh?
That doesn't hurt when they stuck the needles in the roof of my mouth.
I mean, when that wears off, right? When the needle wore off? Because you can't do drugs, right? You couldn't take like a Valium or some shit, could you?
Yeah, I can. If
you
could? I mean,
so now you can't go up on stage and go 24 years without a drink of drug in my body.
I'm not melting them down and shooting them, stupid. They're fucking prescribed. I'm sorry. Oh, you're amputating the leg? No, I'll do it natural.
Get in the wheelchair. Do some stand up. Boss will drive you.
No, if you're prescribed something,
Why
I don't
was he
take
being
them.
so nice? The's no reason for
I know.
Because you brought him up in a bad way. And then as soon as we started trashing him, you switched it so you can sell in your head. You
listen to me.
They were trashing you. I was saying nice. I was defending you.
Listen, 40-foot man on Killer Theater.
What?
This is
I'm
what.
sorry. What'd you say?
I didn't hear that.
What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
40-foot man on Killer Theater. You heard it. But listen, I wasn't trashing. I was trashing the people that fucking
50-foot man.
Exactly.
50, it was 40.
And it was
50.
the Ghostbusters he was at the end of.
What did you say I was at the end of? The end of what? Midnight Run? What fucking movie?
Midnight Run.
I didn't say Midnight Run. What are you talking about?
I said running.
50-foot woman.
Why are you laying like that's a cock on your chest? All comfortable.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, microphone.
If there's a cock on my chest, that's how I would treat it.
And he lays
I
the
pretend it's not
microphone
there.
on his chest.
I wasn't trashing him. I was trashing the people.
Exactly. You won't trash. You trash everybody. Why won't you trash him?
I'm not. I don't know.
Dude,
I never met him.
You're the queen of mean.
What's wrong with trashing him?
No, because he's another comic. Why attack him? Why?
He's not a bad comic.
I'm not. Why would I attack another comic?
Those odd things that hang below his waist.
Okay, but I'm not.
That fucking wind chimes.
There's a million other comics.
Yeah, we're just attacking old chum legs.
Exactly. What's wrong with fucking old mobile legs?
I'm not.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm just not.
There's nothing shoes. There's nothing wrong with pool float.
Yeah.
He can do. Just
You
say
know,
what he
you
can-
don't know him?
Do you know?
I never
him?
met him in my life. I swear to God. What the fuck?
Why do you like him? Just because the top of his
I
shoes
don't
are
like
dirtier than
him.
the bottoms are from the rain?
I never said I liked him. I don't usually attack other comics unless they're here and I don't like them.
It's because his sneakers are always brand new. Is that why you like him?
I think that one was used a few times.
Wow, hey, sometimes
Even they picked up on that one.
I tried to enhance.
Yeah.
Anybody got any gum? Haboo. Haboo.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you're trying to think of your own line. You're not even listening to anything.
No, I know. He just said that. What?
Huh?
Why do you defend him so much?
I didn't defend him so much. I just said,
Well,
you
like this guy to the next
You
comic.
shit on other comics?
You like
shit on other comics?
not unless they're here. You never heard me shit on another comic unless they're here, and I have an argument with them. I don't think I have.
bet we can come up with
a bunch of examples, right?
No, I don't think you can.
Liar, whore.
No, I mean I'd rather shit on audiences than comics.
You do.
It's not I do.
Every ticket sold.
Charging them.
I don't fail on stage.
I know.
Now, they don't know. These fucking listeners don't know. Just say one thing.
Yeah, right.
Ross, you're fucking
All right, so
hilarious.
fucking 20 minutes out of your life, a day, a night.
Exactly.
Blah, blah, blah. What am I saying?
No one knows.
Oh, my fucking crash doesn't even work.
I have nothing against this guy. I'm just kidding to annoy you.
Yeah, dude.
It doesn't annoy me at all. I
Well,
don't.
it does. You're defending him. You're
I'm
acting like you're
defending a
a
handicapped
doctor
person
making his prosthetic
because
feet.
I'm not. First,
Shut up with handicapped person. Quiet.
all right.
I'm not the Walmart.
Exactly. The guy talks
hear
funny.
that.
Yeah, but he's fighting the odds like 50 did.
Oh, that's
like
what you want to
50.
hear. That's what you want to hear when the MC goes, here's a young man, we want to bring him out. He's fighting the odds. Like,
He's
are you ready to laugh
funny like
at this guy?
You can get his new vitamin drool.
Fighting the odds shit. Do you know what would be funny is if they had him up there like with a starting block for a race and someone fired the starter pistol, yelled go, and he just fell face first on the floor while everybody lapped him.
That would be
and ran around in circles.
I like to see him just roll off the stage.
Yeah,
I'd like
Fall
to
sideways onto the table.
I'd like to aggressively position his feet pointing outwards while I scold him for being a burden. I would, while I'm talking to him like his mother, I would position his feet like very angrily, pick them up and move them around on the chair. Or I would take his shoes off and beat his dead feet with them. I would beat the top of his dead feet across the fucking bridge of his dead fucking feet.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah. Holy shit. What are those fucking
I'm
things?
almost about to tap out.
Jimmy's horrible.
Jimmy just...
Hey, those giant toad acorns you got below the ankles
Jesus.
are really bothering me. I think I'm gonna break them.
I'm going to be in fucking Chicago this week.
Yeah.
At the Improv.
Yeah, let's wrap up.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Well, play one of the listeners, though. Play at least one.
That's all right.
All right.
That's right.
Sweet Basil.
We did have a listener. I thought that was one of our listeners.
Yeah, right.
And I want to be a funny comedian.
I just found a nickel from fucking 1902.
You and your change.
Who cares?
That's worth... You know how much money,
They made
you know
them
how much
back then.
money
That's
this
why
is worth?
That's why I wrote my first
This
joke.
is probably worth around $100.
The good old days.
I swear to God.
It's
Oh, yeah, of course. Look who grabbed it. Come on, Voss.
That was actually a test.
I want to see a 1902 nickel. That's all.
That's 2005.
we're just
That's fucking
kidding
weird.
the fucking comedian, by the way. I don't want to shit on
2
the
years
comedian.
after I started comedy.
What'd you say, Jimmy?
I don't want to shit on another comic. We're just kidding.
Yeah, I know. We're just kidding. But it's fucking...
We're just like fucking Don Rickles. It's all it's all right
I know.
now.
Hey,
It's
take
all
it
better
easy.
now.
Take it easy. 2 hockey pucks. By those, I mean your feet.
Look, Jimmy kids. Because he
I am
loves...
joking.
Because you...
smelled Bobby again.
I fucking hate your asshole.
Would you like it better if it was in a chair all day?
Dude, your asshole.
His name's Rich Voss.
Your asshole. Oh, Jesus Christ. It looks like a fucking... It's just... It's kind of gray and pink.
Oh, goddamn.
What do you...
I can't take it.
What? Do you punch your asshole? Why? Looks like a battered woman.
He can hold it open where he's gaping.
It's just... But it opens up like a dolphin hole.
A blowhole.
It just opens and then shuts.
Blowhole ass.
I farted at you.
Your asshole looks like the thing
how
in
do you
Star
shit it
Wars that attacked everybody in the sand. Fucking throw Luke in it. God, dude. Your asshole.
And then that smell that comes out of it.
Actually, this one didn't stink.
He has the worst smelling fucking... Something's dead inside.
That's because of what he eats. He eats like an alien. He really is like a fucking... You had Cool Whip?
I had
celery?
Fat-free Cool Whip and some celery. What's wrong with that?
For what? For breakfast.
A banana.
No, not for breakfast.
And
for
a banana.
snack. I had already
It was
eaten
a banana.
egg whites.
Banana.
I had eaten egg
Banana.
whites and a grapefruit.
Fucking banana.
What?
What?
Nothing.
I wanted something
Nice.
sweet.
It's something you could eat without those in, Nosferatu.
Celery and Cool Whip.
He does look... Nosferatu. He looks like the original vampire.
Yeah, yeah.
Black and white one.
Yeah, Nosferatu. When he comes out of the fucking thing
the
with those,
shadow?
Yeah. Only Boss's fingers are a little too short for that.
Yeah.
For those big long nails.
None of it was a
You
shadow.
have fingers like a burn victim. Do you know that? What says fire survival hands?
My hands and your lips were definitely a burn victim.
That was fucking funny. That was pretty funny.
It was mean-spirited.
How you do? You kind of have that face, Chuck.
Angry.
You do look like a fucked up clone.
Like Sigourney Weaver in the jars.
Yeah, like, you know, the clones that don't make it.
Yeah, the ones that don't
like
quite pan
mid-clone. Just when the guy comes in and smashes them all to save the
Pulls
day.
the plug before it's cooked.
And then Jimmy falls out
Oh, shit.
in a pile of his own goop.
It's very mean-spirited.
It certainly is.
Yeah, it really is going around the horn, isn't it? I'm a fucking burn victim with no ears.
Exactly.
Voss has got little baby hands and fucked up teeth. And Jimmy looks like an unfinished clone.
You're a Daddy Warbucks bag of shit. I hope your plane hits a mountain.
And I'll be in Chicago this week. Oh, God.
Very fun.
Yeah, let's
Very
get out of
fun
here.
show today. I'm fucking coughing up phlegm from laughing. Very good. Oh, that's
Jimmy! That's Jimmy!
that's the unfinished.
That's the cover of Jimmy's new CD.
Oh shit, that's terrible.
All I was going to do is put an Aussie shirt and a hoodie on that fucking hunk of shit, and that's him.
That's just mean. Oh, is that mean-spirited?
Oh, man.
Ah, fucking A.
You don't look like that, Jimmy.
It's not just to be personal.
I'm sorry, baby. You don't look that, baby. You're a cutie patootie. You know that. I like you.
People love Jimmy.
It's fucking, you know.
All right, let's.
You can't help it.
Everyone good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good.
Plugs in,
Opie,
right?
good.
Everyone
Everyone
got the
good?
plugs in.
Peace out.
Yeah, Chicago this week. And
Right.
Twit me.
Oh, I got Sandy Franny
I'm a
coming
big,
up, too.
You get me addicted to Twitter, man.
Oh, Sandy Franny?
Twitter rolls.
Twitter
Why?
does
Isn't
roll.
Twitter just one-line things?
Doesn't matter, dude. It's just addicting.
It's your name with R after it. Yeah. I got San Francisco next weekend, I think.
With Let's go home.
All right.
Thanks, guys. It was good.
We'll see you tomorrow, man.
What did I play last time? Oh, I played that diary song.
Yeah,
right?
that was good. That went over very well.
I went back to that book of diaries that I was telling you about, and I found another really beautiful entry.
Okay.
So now I think every song is going to be the new bowling.
No, you stop.
There's a new diary entry that I thought was a really remarkable one, so I set it to music. Dear diary, today was a great day.
I bought myself a brand new horse. She's strong and fast and so very beautiful, and just a little wild, of course. I know tomorrow I can tame her if I only believe. Wish me luck, diary, Christopher Reeve.
I thought it was a really lovely way of expressing his love of the animal. I haven't heard from him recently, so I don't know what's been going on, but I thought the sentiment was really
sweet.
Really
I had
nice.
no idea where you were going with that, too. That's really funny, man.